All right, you guys, welcome back to more Kinkoi. We just had our date with Elle, which I think went pretty well. I wouldn't say it was the most interesting date, but we learned a few things, more about her. She was really inexperienced. She told us that she got most of her dating advice from manga. And so I'm going to ask you guys the question. Have you ever gotten dating advice from, like, and I'm going to expand this a little bit, like anime, visual novels, or manga? Like, have you ever found something in those mediums that, like, helped you with actual dating outside of them? I can't say I have. Some of the dating advice in here, not great, but some of it can be pretty good. So we're going to see if we find some of that. Oro, I think, is pretty confident. He just needs to not let women boss him around, which he seems to struggle with. Oh, can I continue? Does that work? That is not where I was, because this is where I am. I woke up, good morning, and hua. I'm sensing a theme and, like, where I like to stop. Let's start from here. I don't know why continue goes to there. Ohio. I slept decently last night. Sure I am. A bunch of stuff happened. A bunch of stuff did happen. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to go to the baseball game. I think that's my biggest disappointment with last episode. Like, the date was cool and everything, but I would have loved to have that time actually with Sylvie. It's been an ordeal since I ended up going along with Sylvie's whims both days. Kikuchiyo, what were you up to the last 2 days? Oh no, I'm worried for this man. I'm truly worried. Esperanto, is that a real thing? I've never heard of this. Hold on, we're investigating. Esperanto. Okay, this is a real thing. I've genuinely never heard of this. Someone's gonna be mad that I've never heard of this, but international language. Okay, I mean that's cool, guy. I wish I was this goal-oriented as a person. I just I take it one day at a time. I just try not to want to end it all. So Esperanto, what if I remember right? Was that it? Don't you like light novels? One of my old classmates was really into researching Cthulhu and stuff, and could even speak Esperanto. He was frankly a nerd. I mean, this is a school full of nerds. I've literally never heard of it until I just googled it. Who are you again? Saigo! Son of a... Well, I don't remember. I remember now. I mean, you were so freaked out by what had happened that you've avoided me ever since. Sure, Benny, sure. Brother went and got a lawyer in case something like that happened again. No, I'm not mad. So what'd you need from me today? Holy shit, guy, you can speak all these? Like, I love that he can do that, but, like, do you know, like, any rich kid in reality that would know that many languages? I don't think you would. Like that, you would be considered exceptionally talented if you could speak all of those. So what benefit is there to learning the Esperanto language?
エスペラント語。これからの国際社会に必要な素養とされているんです。相手の国の言葉で話すのは大切だからね。
Oh, it's an international thing. I totally get that. Like learning one or two languages, like absolutely. But I think most people would struggle to learn as many languages as he supposedly knows. Would an English work in that case?
現在の国際公用語は確かに英語ですが、今後国際社会で付き合っていくべき国々には、反英、反米、つまり英語を嫌う国々も多くなってきます。
I mean, this is partly like an actual thing. I know there's like the whole BRICS currency that's happening, which is like supposed to kind of push away from using the US dollar, which is, you know, pretty American, obviously.
そこで、特に多国籍の企業間の友好のために用いる仮の公用語として、エスペラント語が注目されています。エスペラント語は母国がない。どこの国にも属さない言葉だから敵を作らないというわけ。
お前みたいな庶民には一生縁のない世界さ。お前はまず必死こいて英語から覚えるんだな。
Language, huh? Well, let's talk of a distant world and heroes on the brink of failing English. I know, like English is my only language and I feel like I don't know it quite as well as I would like to. Something actually had been on my mind a little. There was no English classes at Noble Academy. I guess it was a given that the students here could speak English. Apparently, bilingualism was a basic fundamental for elites. This seriously was a school for the elite of the elite. Is this the classroom of the elite? Are we, Ayano Koji? Is that who we are? That's awesome, Kikuchiyo. You learned a whole language just because you might need it in the future.
覚えたとは言えません。日常会話に不便しない程度です。
See, the problem I have with learning a foreign language is if I'm not constantly using it and engaging with it, I will forget it. My ADHD brain only holds on to very, like, much information that I need at the time. And it's like, if I feel like I don't need it at this moment, it's gone. It's great. I love it. Taking you lightly until now.
侮られてたので。
They literally said that he was like the top guy at the school. Like he was arguably the most important guy at the school. And we're just like, yeah, I looked down on you before. I totally looked down on you since you oohed and awed over those porn bags.
わーわーなど言っていません。エロ本？いやらしい本ですか？録音寺くんがそんなものを。
Oh, what? Are you all sort of the sort that are intolerant of porn?
そんなことはない。
Saigo's like, nah, that's not me, bro.
ですが仮に録音寺くんどんなものを見たのでどんな
This kind. I opened up that sort of page on my phone. Nice reaction.
携帯電話でこんなページが
なんだこの程度かただおっぱいが出ているだけじゃない
こんな青臭い小娘が脱いだところで特になんとも思いませんね
Why are we doing this in the middle of class, guys? You sure was hanging in there. You don't like immature, then how about this?
お姉さんが教えてあげる真夏のカテキョ大作戦
And even older.
若妻の高尚な昼下がりあの人には言わないで
Oh no.
熟女乱舞乱れ妻たちの共演熟女が
Ah, the cougars.
お母さん
Hey yo, why are you thinking about older women and you immediately go to your mom? Kind of sus, my guy. One of them shorted out.
熟女年のい
やめろそんなわいせつな
Yeah, what else would cougars be? What do you mean, like it would be considered old? Yeah, that's the only thing it'd be considered. Cougars aren't your thing, huh? How about something a little younger than how's this?
だからこれがどうしたバカバカしいさすが庶民らしい低俗さだな俺は 世界に名だたる写真家のパパの仕事で小さい頃からモデルの裸だって飽きるほど見てるんだ。こんなもの大したことないさ。
So photos don't do much. Then how about manga?
所詮絵じゃないか。こんな絵なんて所詮。この子どうして股間が膨らんでるんだ？
Oh, brother, you got a lot to learn. There's a cross-dresser. Lots of artists draw stuff like this these days. I do feel like people are very much into that, and I'm afraid because I don't know if they're being serious or not. I see a lot of jokes about femboys, and I'm like, are you into that? Like, is that something you like? Or is it for the meme? That's a man! Yes, this girl is just cross-dressing. They were both born male.
バカな。こんな可愛い子が男？
Brother's questioning his whole identity right now. He's like, am I gay?
ついてる。
She has one. No, brother, there's no she here.
ついてる。男！
Now they're both shorted out.
漫画絵で描いただけでこんな。
Last one standing was growing well too.
朝っぱらから何やってんの教室で。
That's what I'm saying, Reina. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what are we actually doing right now? Social studies. That's not inaccurate.
やめんさいよ純朴な少年たちに。
There's a certain pleasure in showing off the raw, uncensored reality to naive hearts who believe in the stork or cabbage patch.
あ
いくちょ鼻血拭いて。
すいません。
Oh, I forgot Kikuchiyo. Esperanto, was it? Congrats on learning it.
どうもエスペラント語。あれ一つも思い出せない。
Looks like I went too
頭
far.
の中。
おはよう。オーラ。
Ohio.
おはようございます。
I will say, though, after going on the date with her and everything, I like her normal look better. Like, this is what I'm used to. Like, it was cool seeing her try on something different, and she looked nice. But I like her best like this, where she's wearing a shirt that is clearly too small. Oh, thanks for yesterday.
ねえねえオーラ、聞いて聞いて。昨日の始球式がね。
Oh, yeah, let's hear about that. I saw you on TV. I'm glad it went well. Sylvie looked delighted. And?
ブルース・クラウンさん、夕べのテレビ、野球の試合見たわよ。素敵でしたわ。始球式なんてめちゃくちゃが普通なのに、綺麗に投げてたよね、マストで。でしょ？投げ方はオーロに教わったの。
I like how everyone just is disgusted by us. Like, oh, Oro taught you that? Like, oh, you were so good, but like, Oro taught you that? Nah, ugh.
教えるのがすごく上手なのよ。それに根気よく付き合ってくれて。それはそう何よりですわ。
She doesn't mean that. And off they went. I'm really out of place in class, huh?
今さら？
Got a point. I told her about what happened that time our lecturer had been in the external classroom. Maybe the way I flipped out was poorly
女
executed.
子は引いたかもね。でもしゃあないよ。それ以前にこの学校の子ってまず庶民と自分たちは別物だって思ってるから。
Yes, so. Reina seemed a bit depressed to give me a half shrug. We were in the same boat, so I understood what she was getting at. Oh well, it's out of our control. We actually are entirely different and all.
あ、オーロ、今日の午後どうする？
I don't know, you tell me, what are we doing? As always, our afternoon lessons were
も
optional.
う転入して1週間になります。そろそろ何か打ち込むものを決めてはいかがです？
I'm sensing a choice coming up. My dream was to graduate from the school on good terms and become a civil servant. What exactly could a guy like me get
打ち
into?
込むとか考えなくても自分が楽しいと思うことをやるでもいいのよ。現に私なんかは完全に趣味でピアノをやってるし。
Hobby or not, you're still able to play on a professional level. You were into fashion, was it, Reina?
将来の夢はファッションデザイナーでございます。
Kikuchiyo takes integrated business administration. Elson does fencing.
私は体育総合。体を動かすのが主です。部活動の関係でフェンシングが多いだけで。
None of them really click with me. Any of those would be fine if I was to just go and observe, but I was hesitant to put my full effort into any of
こ
them.
ういうことは言いたくありませんが、目標なき人生は時間の浪費ですよ。
That's fair. 90% of young men and women are like that these days. I'd probably be in like that 90%. I mean, I definitely have goals, but like they're not as grandiose as probably some of these elites are, you know? I just want to live a good, fulfilling life. I like to travel. It just depends. I only like to travel to certain places. I really want to go to Japan. I would love to go to Japan. I want to go to Australia at some point. That'd be cool. There were those in the world who wanted to do nothing but play video games and the like. I mean, I'm definitely in that category. I love to play video games. I really do. I love to, more specifically, I don't necessarily play a lot by myself. Like if you ever see me playing games, it's usually I'm playing with somebody. I love playing something where I have to, like, you know, play with a friend. You know, those are my favorite type of games. Like I've been playing for the King 2 and Stolen Realms lately. I like to play Divinity Original Sin 2. I like to play those games that require a friend, you know? Like those are the best experiences because you're experiencing it with someone. But I do want to travel. I think I would like to, I don't know, I wouldn't mind going to some different places. I'd have to really plan it out though, because like I have dietary restrictions, so it's hard for me to just travel somewhere, especially if I don't know the language. That's just kind of like a fear of mine. Like I don't know how I'd communicate like about that. Even so, wouldn't that mean you're dedicating your life to it? In my case, I mean, I'm not saying I want to dedicate my life to video games, but I like playing video games. One thing I'm really waiting for my kids to get older to do is I want to go camping more. I went camping a lot before I ended up having kids, but it's a little harder now. I just kind of worry about them not meshing with that. But my son's not even a year old, so he'll get there. I leave.
野球をやったらどう？
Huh.
ほら、野球がとても上手でしょ？なら
This is where we find out his tragic backstory that he is into baseball, but he had some kind of accident.
知るやん知るやん。オーロに野球はやらせちゃダメ。どうして？この学園、野球部は女子しかいない。自由授業なら混ざれるけど、女の子だらけの空間にオーロが自分から入ってくのはちょっときつい。
That's literally our entire experience of the dorm, by the way.
そうなんだ。
We already get tossed in with a bunch of women. Yeah, that's exactly my life in the dorm. We have a bit. Why is the baseball club all women? I feel like usually when it comes to women in baseball, it's usually more like a softball setting. Not to say they can't play baseball. I feel like at least in America, it's more.
男子は定員割れで活動停止状態ですが。
Oh, they failed to meet their member quota, so we should join and
この
help.
学校は男子が少ないですからね。チーム競技はなかなか。
I wonder why that is. Why is there a lack of men? Bunch of upper class ladies playing baseball, is that actually relevant to their
ノ
futures?
ーブル学園とはいえ、将来につながることだけが推奨されているわけではありません。
I mean, I feel like Sylvie has, you know, she's gonna be like, I'm assuming a queen someday, so she doesn't really need to know how to play the piano.
楽しい
But that's just like a hobby.
あ
It's a
りです
talent.
よ。
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a talent that's purely just for fun. Ended up wandering around campus under the pretext of observation without picking anything to do. What should I do? Focus on studying for the future. It is a time that was totally foreign to me. The biggest difference between these so-called elites and a commoner like myself, rather than it being our pedigrees, bilingualism, or otherwise, might just be whether or not I had a clear idea of our future prospects. It sounds like they bring in teachers from like various different hobbies and to teach you different skills. Like they're like masters of their craft. I feel like they bring them in to teach you. I don't know if you have to pay for that though. If you want to learn something really niche, does the school, like, is that included in your tuition, or is that something you have to worry about? But I feel like we could maybe figure something out.
市松さん
Ah, let's go! How's it going, Ayaka? This is a rare person to come calling.
今晩なのですが、私、家の都合で出なければならないの。お夕飯を運べないから、妃さんに頼んでくれていいかしら。
Oh, sure. I guess I'm still under house arrest even if she couldn't keep a personal eye on me.
よかった。今後はこういう機会が増えるといいわね。私もいつまでもあなたに煩わされるのは
That's
さすがに鬱陶しいから。
That's literally something you've wanted to do. How annoying. I was locked in my room due to her whims, yet she acted like she was taking care of me. I don't know. I think that's a good thing for us, because that's something we can hold over her. Like, oh, you're taking care of me. You know, we can act like we're better than her because of that. Not piss anyone off. Or I could go eat at the cafe by myself, you know?
それはダメよ。寮のために。
Screw the dorm. Let's break tradition. I don't know. I'm someone who likes... how do I say this? I like breaking tradition if tradition is wrong. Like, or if tradition's just getting in the way of becoming better. Because it's like, okay, I totally understand, like, oh, you've always done this way. That's great. But at the same time, it's like, if you changed it, could it be better? There's some things that people do just because that's the way they've always done, and I'm like, I don't understand. But maybe that is my lack of understanding of why. For some people, that's really important. I'm trying to think of like a good example of this. If I think of one, I'll talk about it. Not that I had the guts to go buy anything given the bizarre atmosphere. I guess like the fact that the dorm has been traditionally all girls and that they're not being welcoming of somebody who isn't a girl, a boy. I feel like that's just like a tradition that needs to go away because this is not an all girls school.
ところで、あなた、相馬さんと仲がいいそうね。
Yeah, we're close, I guess. Name didn't click for a minute. Rhea.
朝言うと、何度も部屋に出入りしてるとか。
Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. She's just coming to watch anime. That was just yesterday. That matters, she came in the morning and left at night. No, wait, wouldn't it be better for me if she thought Rhea came and went as she pleased rather than staying in my room for 10 hours? I guess we are neighbors.
そう。まあ、彼女は特殊だから何も言いませんけど。
What do you mean by that?
あなた、一応男性なんですから、女性を部屋に連れ込むのはあまり褒められないわね。
Why do you assume that I dragged her in? I don't understand. Because, like, Akane, we told her we were going out on dates. I'm surprised she didn't pass that information on. We went on a date yesterday. I don't recall ever dragging her anywhere. She's hanging out in my room of her own free will. Yeah, every time we met her, like, she just kind of does her own thing. I don't think we could control her if we
とに
wanted
かく、
to.
彼女にはあまり近寄らないで。
No, I refuse.
なんでもよ。
I refuse. Pretty firm tone. I refuse, Jogasaki. I will not give in to your intimidation. She immediately reverted to her usual calm and collected demeanor, but the way she settled down was more than enough proof that she had lost her cool for a moment.
わかったわね。彼女には近づかないで。
She glared at me. She was acting so weird today. No matter how annoyed she was with me up until now, she had always kept her composure. If you're that opposed, why don't you speak to Rhea first? Tell her not to visit my room.
言えるなら言ってるわよ。
Yogasaki was losing her patience. I would tell her if I could. Flipped around, that meant she couldn't tell her anything. Not that she wouldn't listen if she did. So unexpected. Never thought you and Rhea would know each other.
ただ同 じ寮生のだけよ。
What, did you guys used to be best friends or something? Off she went. She totally ran away. Okay, there's some drama there. I like it. Okay, that leaves me something to look forward to in the future. I want to know. Oh, we're addressing this right now. Is there something going on between you and Jogasaki?
何かって？
Later that evening, we didn't have any real arrangement in place, but Ria eventually came along while I was waiting for her on the school roof. Jogasaki's worried about you.
まあ。
I mean, she is the class rep, and then Ria is, you know, in the class, so it would totally make sense that she'd be worried about her, you know, getting sent away for a while, and it seems like she's a little bit of a troubled kid. This is something to do with that weakness of hers. I'd love to hear about it.
下水なお前。
You're sleazy. Ria hesitated for a second. It's not a weakness.
弱みではない。
Damn. We climbed up to the top level. You don't have any dirt on her or anything. What if she acts all hoity-toity, but she's actually a delinquent in disguise and smokes more than you do?
ねえよ。てか裏では不良だとしても知らない。あいつとはあんな親しくない。それに不良でもないだろうな。あいつはお嬢様中のお嬢様だ。家の迷惑になるようなことは絶対しないだろうさ。
Really?
お前のことうざがってるのも、このノーブル学園に庶民が通うと学園の質が落ちて、ひいては自分の学歴を貶めることにならないかが心配ってとこじゃね。
Is that it? I thought it over for a few days, but many of the people annoyed with me at the school generally took pride in Noble Academy. My very presence at Noble Academy, where only elites attend, was a nuisance. Did Jogasaki feel that way about me too?
金持ちの基本は見えっ張りだよな。自分が完璧であるためには、自分に関わる他人も完璧であってくれなきゃ困るんだ。
The pain. Wish that it wouldn't make my life difficult just because I associated with them. Vanity like that's completely pointless.
ん？バカじゃねえの。
For sure, this was totally ridiculous.
お前だよ。
Huh? By the time I noticed, Ria was staring at me with a cold look in her eyes. There was none of that warmth from moments ago when I was making fun of
見えっ張り
Jogasaki.
ってのは悪いことじゃねえだろ。
Huh? But
自分を偽っても意味がないか？
she seemingly read my mind before I could vocalize those thoughts.
この世に自分を偽ってない人間なんていねえよ。
Maybe to like a certain extent, but I don't know. I wouldn't say everyone's like doing really big lies to themselves. Because when I think of lying to me is like an intentional thing. I think there's a lot of people who don't realize things. Like maybe they don't realize that they're a very pushy person, you know, or maybe they don't realize that they're being annoying sometimes. There's people like that, but I like not realizing you're doing something and then intentionally lying about it, trying to be like, oh, I'm actually like a really nice person when I'm really bad. That to me would be kind of a lie, but like not realizing it is a little bit different. Like I said, I'm very much someone who cares about intention. I don't know.
ならその偽りの自分が少しでもいいものに、少しでも立派にあろうってのは大事なことだ。見えも晴れねえプライドのないやつを世間はクズって言うんだよ。
It depends. But yeah, I mean, it's good to put like pride into what you do. I wouldn't say most people actually have that much self-confidence though. I think a lot of people BS things. Like I've seen like the difference between like when someone's working at their job and like they appear really confident, and if I only knew them from that little scope, I would say yeah, they're a very confident person. But then you like see them outside of that environment, you see them like when they're just more comfortable, relaxed, more like in a home environment type thing, it's like they're like a completely different person. So it's hard to know like who actually has a lot of confidence. Does your confidence extend past something you're confident in, right? Because I think it's there's a difference between like, okay, I'm confident in such and such thing that I know I'm good at and I know how it works, and then am I just confident as a person? Can I go into any situation even when I don't know or I've never done before and still have that same level of confidence? I don't think most people actually can do that. To continue talking, it wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise, almost to the point where it was irritating. Like Kikuchiyo is a good example. Like he's probably very confident in a lot of things because he's really talented at languages. He's really good at, you know, his studies and his education. Like he's a very like well-rounded guy. But when it comes to like boobs, this is a really intellectual point I'm making. When it comes to boobs, you can like see his level of inexperience. Like his confidence dissipates because he like that's a world that he's not really like touched, and that's what I mean. Like a lot of people I don't feel like are actually confident in everything, and that's like normal. You don't need to be confident in everything, because sometimes you need to not be confident and learn, and then you gain that confidence.
彩香の気持ちもわかるぜ。自分の人生と自分の家のために完璧であろうとする。そのためには邪魔なものは排除する。
This is something I struggle with. Sorry, I know I keep going. I am trying to like relate to what they're talking about, but I'm sorry that I keep bringing up these lengthy conversations. This is a concept I struggle with that I know is really important to, I wouldn't even say just Japanese families. I feel like it's a very Asian thing, and maybe like some other places, but I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not so much American to me. This idea that like if somebody in a family does something wrong, it reflects badly on the entire family. Not to say that some people here in America don't feel that way, but I feel like it's less of a thing. For me, I've known like even in my like own personal family, like I've seen people like or I've heard of them doing something wrong, and I always tend to focus on the individual when that happens. I judge people for who they are and not from what family they come from. And whereas I feel like society in like a place like Japan tends to put more focus on like, oh, if you reflect badly on yourself, that reflects badly on your family. Sorry, I got like an infestation of like these fruit flies right now I'm trying to get rid of. Anyways, it seems like there's so much more focus on like if you as an individual do something wrong, it reflects so badly on your entire family. And I'm like, I don't relate to that concept. Like I don't judge people's entire family based on the acts of one person within that family. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like I want to judge people, or I'm not really even trying to judge people, but I want to consider people by their actions alone. I'm not going to judge your entire family based on one person in your family. So this is something I struggle with.
他から見りゃただの見えっ張りでも、あいつはあいつの人生をあいつなりに全力で生きてる。
But I guess their situation is a little different because these families are so influential. I guess it does kind of reflect on the entire family. They lose trust, I guess. Japan's just such a different society. I'm not used to that, I guess. It's fascinating to learn about. Like I'm not gonna say that I'm right and they're wrong, or that my system and way of thinking is infinitely better. But it's something I find interesting to read about, just because it is so different from how I grew up.
虚しいわけあるかよ。
Ria took in a puff of her cigarette. I can understand the theory, but it was irritating.
何よりてめえのダチにいるんだろ。世界で一番見栄を張ってるやつが。生まれた時から王族って見栄のために完璧であり続け、ピアノを弾けばプロも超えるし、勉強運動ともに完璧。テレビで始球式なんてアイドルみたいなこともする。
Yeah, she had a point. Sylvie definitely did live an unfettered life. Now, I think she's had a lot of access to things to improve herself and a lot of opportunities to, you know, live up to being this princess, this royalty. But that's, I think, partly because she enjoys that and likes to do that. I wouldn't say most people would enjoy that. I think there's a lot of people that live one kind of lifestyle, like their family lives one kind of lifestyle, and then they grow up to want to do the opposite, or they kind of learn to resent it, and then they end up doing something very different. Like that's normal to me. That you, like, I'm going to try to raise my kids one way, and they're going to not grow up exactly the way I want them to. Like, that's just normal. Like, you have like this kind of free agency to become the kind of person you want to be, because everyone's so different. So I wouldn't say it's like expected that just because you grow up royalty that you're going to act like royalty and you're going to embrace that fully. I think a lot of people do it just because it's the only thing they know and they feel like they have to. But most people have trouble, I feel like, conforming to things that are pushed onto them. I think Ria's a good example. I definitely think she's being pushed into being like this kind of model student and expected to live this kind of elite and, you know, luxurious lifestyle when she's just up here on the roof enjoying the sunset and smoking. Like, that's what she wants to do. That's more important to her than a lot of things. But she does feel this expectation that she has to come up to the roof and hide it, I guess. Like, she obviously doesn't smoke in front of other people. She does care about that to some degree, because that does reflect badly on her. Maybe that reflects badly on her family. Still, that was her taking responsibility for the authority that came with being royalty. Yeah, noblesse oblige, but she doesn't have to do that. I mean, I guess society is going to expect it, but I feel like she does it because she enjoys it to some degree, not just purely because she's expected to. An effort to practice even for foolish events like a season open baseball ceremony. Yeah, she's putting in the effort. She doesn't have to go to all that length, but she does, because she enjoys it. Put her life on the line to keep up appearances. Yes, but like that makes it seem like she has to. I don't think she has to. I think she very much enjoys it.
人間はさ、誰でもかっこよくありたいんだよ。
I guess. I think everyone wants to be loved. I would rather say that.
かっこつけたいわけじゃなくても、かっこよくあろうとするのは大事なことさ。そいつを否定してやるなよ。
Jogasaki ticked me off to no end, but it was a hard truth to swallow. But I wanted to agree with Sylvie's way of life. No, not just her. I knew someone who could learn a language entirely unrelated to Japan for their family. Or one who would put their life on the line to follow their master. One who barged away into the school even though she wasn't rich to make her dreams come true. That was a way of life I didn't want to refute. Showing off meant having pride in your own life. That much was for sure. I was probably irritated because I had nothing in my life that made me feel that way. I was missing the component that would allow me to be cool. Come to think of it, Ria was awfully familiar with Sylvie's circumstances.
来たぞ。
Oh. We're at the end of our conversation. That was when she'd always cut me off when prime time came on, golden time. I hated that anime. I don't know if I mentioned this already. Golden time pissed me off. Was I living in such a time right now? Ooh, it's raining. I love rain. The sound of rain is one of the best things. So she's really familiar with Sylvie's circumstances. I'm waiting for them to reveal, like, oh yeah, all the blonde characters are related in some way. Like, they're all actually royalty. That's why they all ended up here.
ね。
Dude, rain is goated. I love it.
日本は
It
雨
sucks
が
when
多い
you're
と
out
聞
in
きま
it,
した
though.
が、降り方は普通なのですね。
It rains, it pours.
もっと蛇口を開いたみたいな土砂降りになると思っていたわ。
And that would be a little crazy. It's not entirely what the idiom means.
ちょっと残念。土砂降りというのも見てみたいわ。いやー、うざったんだよ、あんまり降るのは。シルビーの国って雨少ないの？
ソルティレージュは北欧の寒冷な山間にありますので、雨はほとんどが山が引き受けてくれます。
雨は少なくても水資源には困らなくていい土地よ。でも水資源といえば日本にはとても及ばない。だから日本は年中大雨というイメージだったのだけど。
日本の水資源は台風に甘えたところが大きいですから。昨今はゲリラ豪雨など突然の大雨も増えてきましたが、本州でそれほどの大雨となるのは年に 2,3 度、ごく限られた地区に来る程度ですね。
Isn't it common in Okinawa?
台風の時期はそうですね。沖縄、九州、四国は毎年大雨で困っているようですが、本州にいて大雨で困る地域はあまりありません。
I wouldn't mind visiting Okinawa. I'm imagining in my mind that it's similar to Hawaii. Little scared, huh? Reina clung to my arm. What's up, Reina? That was pretty cute.
ごめん。急だったからびっくりして。私らしくなかったよね。
Aw, cute, Reina. Makes me wonder if you come down with something.
ご無礼かよ。今のは近かったわね。
市内のどこかに落ちたようですね。
On the other hand, it wasn't a very cute reaction for a princess. The woman next to her beautifully portrayed that brave Lady Knight is actually scared of lightning trope too. Both of them look accustomed to it.
ソルティレージュは雨は少ないけど雷は多いの。
空気が乾燥する条件が重なると、雨なしでも落雷が来ますので。
Now that you mention it, isn't lightning common in Northern Europe?
雷なんて何回聞いても怖いけどな。
There it was again. Why are you clinging to us, bro?
すいません、急だったもので。
オールの周りは雷一つでユニークね。
それにしても雨強くなってきたようです。
So good. I love rain. All rainy roof time. Let's go. The thunder continued to roar throughout the school day. I visited the rooftop after school. We obviously didn't have good sunset weather today. Rhea wasn't here either. May as well head back. I was kind of a masochist myself. I was frustrated after she gave me that lecture yesterday, but I bravely came to see her again today. But strangely enough, when it came out of Rhea's mouth, it didn't make me that angry. It was like I couldn't hold on to my indignation. I wondered why. When it came to her, I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
おかえり。
Yeah. Check the room number. Yep, it was my place. Which means you're the one who messed up. Good, good. Your room's next door.
知ってる。タバコ吸いたいんだけど。灰皿どれ？
It's nice having a girl visit, but you should stop coming without asking. Just like the last time I poured some water into the cup I used to gargle with and handed it to her.
サンキュ。
She sat on the sofa like it was her own and lit up her cigarette. If I had to rate them on a nuisance scale, Reina ranked about a 20 and this girl scored a solid 100. Do you need something or were you feeling lonely and came to visit me? What's up with all these damn bugs? At least react somehow. She's even more enthusiastic than usual. You look pretty out of it. What's wrong?
今日ちょっと頭痛くて。
I do hear a lot of lots of people get that way on rainy days. Really, I don't know. It depends. Like, I definitely feel like rainy days can make you feel like a little bit more like depressed, a little bit more down, just because there's that lack of like sun, and you get the lack of vitamin D. But otherwise, like, I love the rain. Like, I love how like just calming it is and relaxing, and it makes the world feel really like peaceful, you know? I didn't understand it since it didn't happen to me, but there are people who get headaches due to the shift in atmospheric pressure. Yes, I have heard of this. heard lots of people not being able to move because of it. Was that how it was for her? Yeah, don't like some people. I feel like that's an older person thing more so than a younger one. But you get kind of stiff when the weather's rainy.
一人でいると辛くて迷惑
Rhea was looking straight at me, her gaze upturned, which was, given since she was short or independent. For delinquent, she was adorable. I'll stay as long as you like. She wasn't bothering me. In fact, it was a real help having her around to kill time. Rhea leaned against the sofa, looking relieved. Guess I'd better offer her a drink or something. Rhea was being unusually quiet, possibly due to her headache. She was simply staring into space and was almost zombie-like. Ordinarily, she'd offer up any number of topics, too. Was she in that bad of shape? Do you want to watch TV? Veered towards the TV and turned it on. It was only 6 o'clock, a little early, nothing but the nightly news was on. Rhea looked blatantly bored. Can't expect much out of the TV industry outside of prime time. 6 o'clock isn't prime time to you? Like, that's when everyone's off work?
ゴールデンタイムも寒い番組ばっかだけど
And again, even if we kept waiting for some solid content, all we'd actually get were a bunch of entertainment personalities laughing their heads off. Yeah, those are like my least favorite. TV shows were just too loud to leave on for the heck of it these days. I guess I'll watch something. I recorded a bunch of stuff. Is there anything you want to watch? Honestly, like if I want background music, what have I been listening to? I've been listening to remixes of like Pokemon songs. I know that's really random, but there's this channel, Mewmore, which I really recommend if you're into that. It's very chill. Very good remixes of like Pokemon songs. It's not just like, okay, it's the original Pokemon song and then, you know, they added some sound to it. It's like, no, it really feels like they like really like remade the entire thing. It kind of in their own sound, and it's really nice. I really enjoyed that. The other thing I've been listening to is a lot of like classical music actually. I've been enjoying that lately. I've never actually like finished. I did start the manga and I got through a lot of it. My e-reader died. I don't know how, but I think it lost power one day, and then I've never been able to charge it back up. Like it won't charge. It like I can see the light lights up, and then it just stops. It doesn't actually like charge all the way. It's just like dead, and I can't fix it. So I haven't been able to finish the Full Metal Alchemist manga. I was enjoying that though. I plan on watching the anime. But anyways, to stop getting sidetracked, I really feel the need to really explain. I've been listening to, what is it called? Trisha's Lullaby. That's a really great song from the Full Metal Alchemist anime. It's very strong and classical. I've been listening to like stuff like that lately. So to stop getting sidetracked here, started up the DVR. I had brought it from home, so it should have a couple years of haphazardly recorded stuff on it. There are even sort of programs on late at night that just played pretty senior on an endless loop. I was an expert recorder who stocked up even on content like that. Japan's so weird because they love like their physical media and things like that, whereas we're in the age of YouTube. You know, like you can just pull up that stuff on demand. Like you can go onto Netflix or Hulu or even Crunchyroll, you know, like you can just get like all that stuff on demand. So it's like pretty rare that you would need to sit down and actually record it.
これは
Because like I don't think I know anybody who has actual like TV, like who like pays for cable. I don't know anybody. Best views from Japanese train windows.
クソつまんねえな
Yeah, I love the views from like the trains though. Maybe they're used to it. Like that's what they grew up with. But here in America, like I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've been on an actual train. And I loved it. I loved going on actual trains. Like it's so cool to like be going that fast and just like seeing the scenery, and you're not in a car. So like, you don't have to worry about like putting on your seatbelt and doing all that. Like you could just actually like move around and like look out the window and feel like you have time to do other things and not feel like cramped, you know? Trains are awesome. I love trains. It's all fine and well to record it on my own, but it wasn't something you'd watch with someone.
他には午後のムービーショー、金曜ロードムービー。映画ばっかりか。
Friday Road Movie. What is that? Since there are no shows I wanted to watch weekly. Waited so long to get a DVR that I set it to record nothing but movies every week so it wouldn't go to waste.
ま、どれでも一緒だな。お前のおすすめは？
I really enjoy watching this Hollywood gorilla, Emmy Gorzilla, from that scene where he's eating tuna up to the final wars. I've got all 8 Pori Hatters. Didn't think about marathoning them all in a single night. Want to join me? I've also got a bunch from Studio Ghibli that was on the past summer break. Any DVR left running for 3 weeks or so. The summer will definitely be packed with Ghibli.
お前、映画オタ？
I wouldn't go that far. Oh, recently I rewatched a movie that I really like. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called Push. It's from back in like 2009. Great movie. I really wish they would have like had more to that story because I love that universe. I thought it was so great, and just the whole idea of their powers and just this kind of like secret society behind them. I love stuff like that. So I rewatched that. That was good. Another one I'm planning on rewatching was the Adjustment Bureau. I'm gonna watch that again soon with Matt Damon. I really like that. I do like movies. I will say that I love the way they make me feel. Like they make me feel like I want to like dissect it and ponder it and become a better person because of it. I will say movies are really good at like invoking emotion in me. So I love that. It's something that I can take 2 hours to really digest and then, you know, I can move on from it. Whereas it's like I love like visual novels too. But visual novels are such like a slow burn compared to like a good movie, you know? It's like, okay, they can tell an entire story in 2 hours, whereas like this is gonna take me 40 hours, and am I gonna still enjoy it and still get something out of it? Of course. But there is that difference, right? I like short visual novels for that reason too, that I feel like I can get through it all in one sitting. But this is something I can come back to and continuously enjoy and continuously build up my attachment to these characters. So by the time I get to their routes and get to the end, like I'll really have like a deeper appreciation for them. So I guess time is a big consideration. I feel like movies are really good at doing a lot in a short amount of time. Just recorded everything, but all of them were marked as unwatched. I'm really getting distracted this episode with talking, but I don't know. That's how I end up enjoying it, you know? Why do I feel like recording movies when they were on TV but I have no desire to watch them? It's fine.
あんま派手なのはいいわ。うるさいのとかチカチカするのとかうざい。
Yeah, I don't like stuff with a lot of special effects either. Like some of my favorite movies, is the Bourne series with Jason Bourne. I have a thing for Matt Damon, I guess. I really like Matt Damon movies. But I guess I would say he's probably one of my favorite actors. But I really like those because there's not a lot of like special effects or anything. Like it's like fighting and stuff, and you know, he's kind of like doing his own little missions. I like movies like that because it feels like there's a level of realism, but at the same time, it's still like just like a really good like action kind of thriller movie type thing. Versus something like a Michael Bay film where it's like boom, boom, you know, there's explosions and there's big grandiose fight scenes and things like that. I like Jason Bourne because it's a little bit more grounded, I guess. I think Hollywood style would work, which left. How about this French film that was on late? Most French movies are quiet. Oh, this is subtitled. Most TV movies were dubbed, but late night films were often subtitled.
字幕。しかもフランス。微妙。
Uninteresting? Well, French movies can be a little
い
depressing.
や暗いのはいいんだけど、フランス語ってボソボソ喋る津軽弁みたいで聞いててイライラする。
You're gonna upset a lot of people from Aomori.
まあいいや、 流しといて。テンション低い時の津軽弁って子守歌にちょうどいい。
We already looked sleepy, but the entire exchange was done while she sprawled out on the sofa. Yeah, let's take a browsing anyways. Better put it on. Took a seat on the sofa as well with hit play. Whoa, what kind of coziness are we having here?
うわ。
That must be it. French really does resemble the Sugaro dialect, and that droll impression could be kind of mysterious on its
こ
own.
の女優すげえおっぱいしてんな。
Hellacious. What?
男としては化粧だらけのおばさんでもセックスしてると嬉しいもん。
Guess it wouldn't be unpleasant. I'd forgotten late night movies were prone to these sort of erotic scenes. My embarrassment
てかおっ
aside.
ぱいより主人公のケツばっか映るな。
Just imagining like they show the boobs and then it just like focuses on the guy's ass. That part is unpleasant. Quit chasing after the man's butt. Give the angle some thought.
そこは女性サービスじゃね？
Do women enjoy that sort of thing? I think women
no.
like men's butts for sure. Rhea wasn't unfazed at all, so it didn't seem there was any need to worry about it. Weren't you sleepy?
えぐい喘ぎ声のせいで眠気が飛んだ。
She's like, shut up, Aura, this is getting good. Is that right? We both spoke less as we headed into the second half of the film. On screen, the woman who had been having sex midway through the movie was bedridden with a high fever and having a nightmare.
なあ、こいつ
Yeah,
死ぬよな。
yeah, she is. The last half hour, there were scenes showcasing the protagonist's conflicts as the heroine suffered from her ongoing illness and whether to go visit the mother he was separated from long ago. It'd actually be upsetting if she didn't die in the finale after all this.
あ、死んだ。
Yeah, she did. Died in the last 10 minutes or so. Afterwards, the protagonist delivered a keepsake of theirs to his mother, and the ending credits showed him off on some journey.
はあ、だよ。人が死ぬ系かよ。
Starts off a raunchy sex scene, then it turns into an emotionally charged story that you didn't see coming. Sex-crazed protagonist found true love halfway through the movie with the mysterious heroine, and she ended up dying.
こういうとりあえず収ま
They're
りが
not
いい
trying
か
to
ら
imply
殺
that's
しと
what's
け。
happening here, are they?
はい死んだ、はい感動ってやつ嫌いだわ。
Well, don't say all that. Filmmakers probably had to be considered at film rating boards and a bunch of other stuff too. I mean, there's a lot of movies where like just people die at the end and it's emotional. It's the build-up. It's the same thing that makes visual novels great, is because there's a build-up with the characters. You have like the small day-to-day interactions. I definitely feel like these romantic comedy type ones, it's all about getting to know the characters. So when the emotional stuff starts happening and you actually like care because you've been with them, you've seen them laughing and maybe even crying occasionally, and then when the big stuff happens, you feel for them, you know. Whereas it's a little different with something that's a little bit more stronger in the story department. You definitely, I don't know, maybe it's kind of the same. It's all about the build-up. Like you have to like get to know the characters.
綺麗なピンクの乳首が出たから。
Pretty pink nipples. Why do you have to say it like that?
はあ。
She looked exhausted now that the movie was over and started to go limp again in her seat. This is when I finally realized it. The mood had gotten so relaxed we were watching the movie that at some point we got extremely close to one another. Yeah, you guys were really close on the couch. Now that she was tired, before I knew it, Rhea had rested her head on my shoulder. She was close. For that matter, she looked so sleepy that I would have felt bad if I tried to sneak away from her. So I had to leave her be. Just putting all of her weight against me.
人が死ぬ映画見るとさ、
Yeah?
うちの父親が何年か前に死んでて、そのことを思い出すんだ。
Conversation got heavy in an instant. All I could manage was an idiotic reply. I wasn't mature enough to remain calm after hearing about someone's relative dying unprovoked.
あの主人公は女が死んでクズな人生改めて親に会いに行ってたけど、俺は親が死んだ時にグレちゃったっけ？
Everyone deals with change differently, although I do think it's better to mend your ways than to stray down the wrong path. I mean, yeah, that's easier said than done.
知ってる。俺にもそんな変化ができれば。
I was asleep. Peeked at her face. She was asleep. Ria-san. Backed away a little and she went completely sideways onto the sofa. Showed no signs of waking. Not even 9 o'clock yet, Ria-san. Isn't that a little too healthy? Naturally, she utterly ignored my opinions and continued to sleep comfortably. Ah, yeesh. She was much bolder than Rainer or Sylvie, her smoking habit included. Guess I didn't have much choice. It wouldn't be bad to let her sleep here, so I carried her to bed. As for me, well, it wouldn't kill me to give up my bed for a day.
Loveriche.
Very interesting how close we've gotten with Ria. She's just kind of staying over with us all the time. And she's like kind of just opening up on her own. I feel like we were kind of pushing her initially to kind of reveal things. Oh gosh, now there's 2 bugs. Where are you coming from? I don't even have any food in here. Why are you in here? That's the crazy part too, is that you guys were telling me I don't think she even gets a route in this. So the fact that like we're getting so much time with her, even though she's not gonna have a route, is kind of crazy to me. Oh no. Said let you have my bed, don't step on me. But why didn't we just sleep on the couch? The couch looks big enough that someone could sleep on that. Something for full body weight the moment she climbed out of bed. I think so. I was now wide awake. Conked out hard yesterday, huh? Can't believe you stayed the night in a man's room. How scandalous, Ria-san. What? I was just joking, but she got a serious look on her face and went silent. Ria took a good look at her clothes. Of course not, I was nothing but a gentleman. Oh, told you I didn't. You're being awfully mean to me when I let you borrow my bed. Ria shrugged her shoulders almost like she was apologizing and headed towards the bathroom to wash her face. Oops, you okay? She hit her foot on a cardboard box I had sitting nearby. We still haven't unpacked. We've been here over a week. We don't know like what we're gonna be studying, and apparently we're just leaving boxes all around. Here the contents went flying. Damn it! Hold on, don't move. You know which little box went flying with it. The 2 Loveriche emblems inside also scattered. To be a huge pain if I lost them. Better pick them up. You look stunned. Yeah, they're silver. Only 2 silver ones have shown up so far. She asked, sounding surprised. I'm collecting them. I've been at this for 10 whole years. Why the heck haven't I got my hands on a single golden emblem? He left. Waited around a little while and she came back. She brought with her, you too, let out a grin. They were silver Loveriche emblems. I keep wanting to say albums. Emblems. She also had 2. Well, pretty much any Japanese person would give it a shot. 99% fail, though. You only have 2. Same. That's too bad. You need to get 5 to get a prize. We were 1 short, but... Both burst out laughing. Pretty big twist of fate, huh? The fact that we only had 2 was actually pretty amusing. I like the sound of that. Collecting another 3 would be rough considering I only managed to get 2 after all these years. There were only one more, though, that felt manageable. Even if she managed to take mine, it wouldn't be much of a shock. I could go as far to say the sense of achievement from collecting them all would be prize enough. You're on. It's a winner-takes-all battle for the Loveriche emblems.
Huh.
Sounded fun. What's more, we are on much friendlier terms these days. With this, I felt we'd definitely formed a connection. Maybe she's sleeping in your room overnight. I think you guys have a connection by now. What will you do with your emblems? I think it'd be better to keep the 4 of them together as long as we're at it.
そうだな。その箱ちょうど良さそう。そこにまとめとこ。
Yeah. Oro Hora. Put mine in the container I was using, then I handed her the box, and?
なんだこの箱。なんか。
Apparently I hadn't taken notice of the box up until she had touched
こ
it.
れあれか？指輪とか入れる。
I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a fly that like keeps flying right in front of my eyes, and I'm like, brother, what are we doing? It's a perfect size after all.
オローラ。
Is everyone gonna have some connection to this box? Did we just promise a bunch of girls we were gonna like marry them or something? You correctly pronounced it like Ora. She must have been familiar with the name. She put the 2 emblems on her for a total of 4 into the
随
box.
分とおしゃれな入れ物使ってんだな。
Guess
で
so.
も女っぽい。
Shut up. Mouth was as foul as ever, but our conversations had grown warm and friendlier over time. So Maria, honestly, she was crude enough to treat her like a guy friend, but still, I'd made my first friend at this academy with no connection to Sylvie. Is that like supposed to be something? No connection to Sylvie? I overread into everything. I don't know if that makes it fun for you guys when I just like throw that out there. Like, oh, she must be connected to her in some way. Like, because I could be totally wrong, right? Or I could be totally like spoiling myself on the fact that there is some connection. It'd be way more interesting if I just didn't think about that as much, you know? Oh, hold on. I'm getting a call. I'm going to pause this real quick. Alrighty. Sorry, had to finish that phone call. I headed to school in the rain again today.
オール、何かいいことあった？
Not really. It wasn't as if something nice happened. Just something ordinary, that was all.
おいす。濡れちゃった。大変。エル、タオルは？
今ご用意します。
House was the same as ever, too. Though the thunder had stopped, the weather was still drizzly and gloomy, but it didn't seem too awful. However,
やむ気配がありませんね。
sudden downpours have happened more often lately, but it feels like we're getting longer spells of rain that makes sense. That makes sense for the season, too. Regardless of whatever mood the weather put me in, this rain did cause problems. 3 in particular. Number 1, in the end, rain was still depressing. It can be, absolutely. The worst is when it's rainy and it's like kind of this overcast, like where it's like the sun's kind of like shining through the clouds, so it makes it really bright, but it's really gray. Kills my eyes, kills my mood. I hate that. I like when it's like kind of like dark and cloudy. Like that's like it's so good. So good. Who really knows why? I kind of talked about this earlier. Number 2, it was fine on weekdays, but it was boring not to be able to go out on days off. It just really depends. Like if you're gonna be outside a lot, then yeah, it raining all the time kind of sucks. I grew up somewhere it rained a lot. It wasn't an inconvenience to go to school since the academy and dorms were close by, but it required a pretty lengthy walk to go from the dorms to the city. It's a bit tough to go into town on rainy days. I wish it would be sunny on days off. Incidentally, today was November 2nd, Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, was Culture Day, and the 4th and 5th were the weekend. Put another way, it was a 3-day weekend. And on a 3-day holiday, I hoped at least one of those days would have decent weather. As for number 3, what's number 3? Head back to the dorm. One rainy day after another just made everything feel melancholic. Even the air in the dorm foyer felt stagnant. Oh, he probably can't go out as much. I knocked at the room next door, and I guess our roommate gets headaches. Could have waited a while. Well, I say roommate, but really she's like our dorm mate. Must have been asleep. Ria walked out and looked less than amused. Another headache, huh?
なんか用か。
No, yesterday seemed rough on you, so I wonder if you were okay. We couldn't go to the roof. That could have some small part in why Ria's mood refused to improve.
分かってんなら起こすな。
Sorry about that. Why are you sleeping at 5:30 in the afternoon, though?
うるせえな。
Brother does not know about depression.
5時半。もう
You didn't realize.
頭痛いからグダグダしてたらいつの間にか。
Did they, like, not have, like, any kind of headache medication in Japan? Surely. Or, like, even, like, some herbal remedy, right? I'm sure you could find something. After how soundly you slept last night, too.
俺、寝ようと思えば永遠に寝れるから。
That's not something to brag about. It's more of a defect. Exactly.
雨は止んでねえのか。
Yeah, I put everything on hold for today, which is why I tried coming over to visit. Apparently didn't care for my wisecracks and clicked her tongue with displeasure. Then as she gazed out the window...
雨止まねえかな。
Agreed. The roof. I wouldn't go as far as to say I was looking forward to going, but it was on my mind for whatever reason after not being able to visit for an entire week.
ねえ、オールくん。
Huh?
お願いがあるの。私のお願い、聞いてくれる？
Well, I listened to your request. What's up? Did your headache short-circuit your
タ
brain?
バコがもう切れそうなの。山を降りるのめんどいから買ってきてくれない？
What?
ねえ、リアのおねが
Gross.
殺すぞこら。
Hey, you were the one being gross, not us, okay? Guess she was in desperate need of a resupply too. While living in the storm, your only shopping options were put in another way. The only way you could acquire supplies was a school cafeteria, school store, with a cafe or convenience store in the dorm. Every little thing required climbing down the hill. This went without saying, but they didn't sell cigarettes in the dorm. I know how you feel. It really puts me out when I run out of cup of noodles too. They have been out of pride as an elite school, but they didn't sell anything scruffy like cup noodles at either the convenience or school store. I run out of my precious stockpile if I couldn't go out shopping over this 3-day weekend. It's like to go shopping in the rain too. What a huge pain.
どうしよう。車。
The smoker looked like she was worried too, but
あ、でもそっか、明
what's up?
日。いや、明日車が迎えに来るから、そこで買えたわ。
You're going out. This is the first time she'd had business to attend to outside of the academy. Where are you going?
ん？
Smiled impishly for some reason.
教える気はねえよ。教えなくても知ってるかもだし。
Huh? She mumbled the last bit so quietly I couldn't hear her.
ちょっと市松さん
What's up, Ayaka? Whew. A certain someone walked towards us from the
あま
side.
り外に顔を見せないでと言っているでしょ。ここはみんなに見られやすいんだから。
Gosh, they're sticking out. Now that she had said something, I noticed a number of female students were glancing over at me. It was fine so long as I was coming or going, but I guess it was bad if I had a long drawn-out conversation out in the open. They may not have hated me, but I still scared them. That sounds like just a them issue, though. It really does. I don't see why that's our problem. Probably best to back down and shrug my shoulders. Ah, you're such a wimp.
うぜえ嫌がらせしてんじゃねえよ。
Yes! Alright, Ria's best girl, guys. We're wrapping it up. Debate's closed. Ria's the only one who's standing up for us, who actually cares for us. Reina will, but Reina kept getting dragged away by friends. At least Ria's not having that problem. Said that Jogasaki knows the person I've been speaking to. Couldn't think that she told me not to talk to Ria the other day, hadn't she?
相変わらずだなてめえは。
別に私は寮の総意を代弁しているだけよ。
Jogasaki looked blatantly disturbed by Ria's comment. It appeared Ria was her
代
weakness.
弁ね。国民の声の代弁はマスコミさんのお得意だもんな。
Ooh, okay, okay. Hitting her back. Okay. Yeah, because the media lies.
そいつが随分偏ってるってのが最近のテレビ業界衰退の一因とは聞くけど。
うるさい。
The media wasn't Jogasaki's family.
天下の星テレビの会長様だぜ。
Yep, Star TV. I remember hearing about that once before.
うるさい。
Jogasaki cried out. Ooh, she's getting under her skin. Ooh, it looks so good. All right, I love this. This is so good. Yes, please put her in her place. I love it. I love to see her squirm. Not that I really care what her circumstances were. Also, what was her connection with Ria? I was curious,
と
but
にかくあなたは部屋から出ないで。あと相馬さんにもあまり近づかないよう忠告したわよ。
you don't want me to because she's your downfall. She stands up to you, and you don't like that. Look, no one stands up to Ayaka, and she feels confident that as soon as someone stands up to her, she's all bark, no bite.
相馬さんはあ、明日忘れないように。
Oh, is she going somewhere with her? She wandered off after making that loud declaration because she said she's getting a car tomorrow. Interesting. What the heck was that all about?
面倒なのに気に入られたなお前も。
I know I do this a lot, but I love that. Like, just like... If she were ugly, I probably would have hit her by now. Damn. That's so true. Pretty privilege. That's what they call that. Pretty privilege. We had a knowing smirk on her
俺には
face.
近づくなって言われてるわけ？
Yeah. Not that I was gonna listen to her anyways. We're close enough that we share a couple secrets after
図
all.
に乗んな。ま、銀のラブリッチェ同盟としちゃ近づかれなくなるのも困るけどよ。
Luckily, Ria seemed to think more highly of me than Jogasaki in her own little way. Thank goodness I didn't want my neighbor to hate me. How's your headache? Gonna come over to watch movies again today.
2日連続で部屋に連れ込んでセックスビデオを延々垂れ流し、そのまま女を止めていくのか。
Okay, it sounds kind of bad when you word it like that, but... Call it quits for today. See ya.
ああ、
Ria withdrew to her room. Guess I'll head back too.
明日の準備しねえと。
What's happening tomorrow? I'm dying to know now. Couldn't hear whatever Ria had whispered under her breath. So I was already like kind of mildly curious what she was doing when she mentioned it. But then Jogasaki reminded her of it, implying that she has something to do with it. And I'm guessing she's giving her a ride because of course her family would have like a private chauffeur. Why not? So that just makes me all the more curious. Ended up forgetting to ask Ria what she had planned for tomorrow. Then again, I bet she wouldn't have told me even if I had. As for me, I didn't have anything special planned. Just going to buy a cup of noodles if the rain let up. I have a feeling we're going to run into her, maybe. Looked out the window. Rain still wasn't showing any signs of letting up.
というわけで、昨日も今日も先輩はお隣さんと仲良くしてるみたいです。
Oh my gosh, you're giving a report to everybody.
ほらやっぱり女子を部屋に連れ込んでいかがわしいことをしてるんだわ。
I wouldn't say indecent, but if anything, they keep bringing up indecent things. Like, we just so happen to have the material, but they're the ones constantly eyeing it.
不良同士でお似合いじゃない。そのまま一緒にここからいなくなればいいのよ。一匹狼同士仲良くなったってことかな。ちょっと違う気がします。違うと言いますと？
Alright, give me your analysis then.
先輩とお隣さん、すごく親密な感じなんです。付き合ってる。ああ、もうそんな関係に。手が早いですわ。けだものですわ。
Ah, first year girl C. She's the one that always wants to get us castrated.
そんな男女交際なんて私たちには早すぎます。
What? What do you mean? You're a third year. What do you mean? That you're like an adult. What do you mean it's far too soon?
どうなんだろう。
Like, if we're gonna go based off like,
とかよくわからないからうまく言えないんですけど。
I don't know, when I booted up the game it said all the characters are 18. I'm pretty sure. So, technically they're all adults. Sure.
寒気がしてきた。やっぱりあいつ即刻ここから叩き出すべきだわ。
I should kick you out.
現場を見
Being
た
so
のは
judgmental all the time.
証拠がないからね。はい、 私もそういうところは見てません。要警戒。
Okay. How can I just over here doing side
銀色
quests?
ラブリッチェ。
November 3rd, Culture Day. It was a big deal that this came on a Friday this year. That made for a 3-day
雨だ
weekend.
けどね。
Ah, yes, Reina time. Let's go. I really like Rhea. Like, don't get me wrong. But the fact that she doesn't have a route makes me a little less excited. Obviously, once I get to the fan disc, we're going to get into that. But right now, it's like, Reina's a little bit closer. So I would like to get to know her better. I love these pajamas she has. I was just talking to my wife last night. I was like, you know, they always depict women as wearing like lingerie and like cute underwear to bed, but do you know what women don't wear? They don't wear lingerie or cute clothes to bed. It's like most of the time, like they're just wearing something comfortable, and like men always fantasize like, oh, they're wearing this to bed. It's like, no, women do that for men. It's like, no, women don't actually wear like super fancy stuff to bed. It had been raining cats and dogs all week, and it showed no signs of stopping even as we went into our break.
オーロが来てから初だっけ、この寮の最大の決定。
Yeah, you can't go out when it rains.
イエス。どうしても出たいって子はタクシー呼ぶんだけどね。
Sounds like something a rich person would do. We couldn't do that.
昔はそういう子も多かったけど、だんだんめんどくさくなって今では少数。本来3連休ともなると、みんな実家に帰るのを第一に考えるんだけど、1日目で出花をくじかれると、そういう子も少数。
Sounds like people used to do a lot of things. I wonder why they
つまり
stopped.
この3連休、みんなこの寮から出られない感じになって、この3連休は下がるよ、この寮。
Is it though? The whole atmosphere in the storm was pretty down in the dumps today. The first of the 3 consecutive holidays, in spite of how cheerful these days should be, it was nothing short of gloomy. Speaking of gloomy, isn't it pretty dim in here
照
today?
明っていうか、コンビニとかが開いてないのよ。補給日だから。
Yeah, she was right. Well-lit convenience store and cafe in the foyer had their lights off for the day. It only made the room seem much darker.
何より問題は、今日寒い。
Wait, why did they have a restocking day? You don't restock during the week? You're not, like, doing that? You mentioned it's a little cold. Like, you should have plenty of time to restock, especially, like, when people are in class, unless the people working in the cafeteria are also students. That's entirely possible. Like, the temperature dropped in an hour the second November started. Maybe the rain had made it even colder. The humid wind felt quite cold to the touch. I could manage on with the heater on full blast, but leaving on full tilt would make the different indoor and outdoor temperatures all the more staggering, leaving my head lukewarm and feet cold. Maybe I should buy an air circulator.
総合して、嫌な一日だね。
Yes, so. That was the kind of day it was, between the weather conditions and every other factor coupled in. It was kind of a sucky day. It wasn't like anything that was really happened, though. If something did happen, it'd probably make for even more horrendous day. I don't know, I love those days. Like, that's the best when it's, like, rainy and, like, I'll either, like, sit on the porch, or, I say porch, I would sit on my back porch. Because, that's all I got. Okay, I don't got no nice front southern porch. I wish. That would be nice. But, I like to either, like, sit outside and then, you know, enjoy the rain and such, or I really like to just have like the window open, so you get like the noise, you get kind of like some of the nice cool breeze, and usually it's a little bit cool out when it's raining, but it depends.
テレビでも見よっか。
Sure, I can watch some TV, I guess. Said it was still Friday, there was no way anything fun would be on. Things got more exciting in an instant. A live performance by Maria Bishop. For real, Reina. Hey, record.
はいはい。
There's a commercial for a live performance by Maria Bishop tonight on Hoshi's TV's musical program. Consistent commercials for these sort of programs are a depressingly large reason for the decline in the TV industry, but they come in handy sometimes. I set my DVR, which had nothing but movies on it, to record that TV show. Oh, they had an event like this. Today's a great day.
単純かよ。 幸せが身近でいいですにゃオーロさんは。
Oh wait, they're going out today. I wonder if they're going to see that. It says it's tonight, huh? Yeah. Well, I was getting hyped up over this and that.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
うえ。
Oh no. I'm gonna knock at the door.
あら、あ、レーナも。
Wow, we got lots of pink. Sylvie, you came.
まったくお姉様、最近暇ができるとこの男のことばかりですわね。
I don't know, we're just a fun guy. What can I say?
お邪魔します。ご迷惑ではなかったですか？
Hi, El. You're fine, but what's up?
今日は時間ができたから何か楽しいことはないかと思って。
That essentially meant she hadn't come for any reason in particular. It wasn't like she was a bother or anything. May as well welcome her. And then,
あら、
classmate happened to pass by. After acknowledging myself in Sylvie's group, Jogasaki scowled for a
あや
moment.
か、ねえ、あなたも遊ばない？
Hmm.
今日は忙しいの。
Ah, you're lame. When another looking limousine had pulled up to the front door, she got in and disappeared over the horizon. She apparently had better places to be.
あやかとも遊びたかったのに。
You're close to Jogasaki, Sylvie. I didn't see the two of them interact with one another, but Sylvie's behavior suggests they were quite close.
もちろん、古い付き合いよ。
Apparently, all the rich people know each
彼
other.
女は日本のテレビ局を仕切る身ですから、ソルティレージュ王室とは近しいですわ。
So she had a reason for it. That was a relief.
前まではプライベートでもよく遊んだわ。あやかは日本のことを何でも知っているから。
Makes sense. Is that right? They were close on a personal level. It would be awful if Jogasaki were to start squawking about my relationship with Sylvie, too. As her, she hadn't said a single word to me up until today. That might mean that she couldn't meddle with Sylvie's personal affairs. There was no telling how this would play out yet. Well, alright, go on in. It's cramped out.
オーラの部屋って楽しくって好きや。相変わらず汚れてますこと。
Okay.
前回よりやや散らかりましたね。片付けは定期的にしないとダメですよ。
Okay. I ignore the lecture from the pair of annoying mothers. What'd you come from here for
あの
today?
ね、この前は結局野球ばかりしていてお休みを楽しめなかったでしょ。今日はオーロとゆっくりお話ししたいなって思ったの。ほら、この前のお茶会みたいに。まあ、お茶会はちょっと難しいみたいだけど。
Sylvie smirked and glanced out the window. Clearly, she had no intention of having me join her for outdoors for tea, but yeah, it would be kind of hard to have a. Gosh, go away, you stupid flies! Why are you flying by my face? Like I just keep like seeing them right in front of me. It's so annoying. That's all it is. So welcome, my dear maid. Bring out the Ramune.
あいあいさ
I put the easily utilized one. Is that not her pajamas?
ー。レーナ
I don't know
は
why I
オ
thought
ーロ
those
の
were
メイドにな
pajamas.
ったの？日本のメイドはアイアイサーと返事しますの？おい、持ってきたよ。
Yeah. No, they don't. I guess having 5 people in a 214 square foot room was a little crowded. Go away! Please. I'm just worried like I'm gonna inhale one of them. I don't want to inhale a bug. I don't. We could compete for whatever space work to relax. Why though does he feel the need to mention exactly how much square footage? Like, I just feel like that's unnatural to say. 214 square foot
この前来た時から
apartment.
思っていたけれど。
Just say small. Just say it's my small apartment. Everyone here has the same size. It's okay. I've been thinking about this since the last time I came here.
私ね、こういう感じの部屋に住むのが夢なの。
Top princess could only sleep in a room if it was covered top to bottom in rose petals.
どこから来たイメージですか？
さすがにバラを敷き詰めてはいないけれど。王族の使う部屋はどこも妙に仰々しいのよね。せっかく日本に来たのだからもっと小ざっぱりした部屋がよかった。
そういうわけには参りません。
お姉様が寝やとする以上、その内装にはソルティレージュ、特に楽団派のメンツというものがございます。じゃあまあ一晩二晩のお泊まりくらいなら構いませんが。あ、それいい。 えねえオーラ、今晩ここに。
Oh my gosh. What is this, a hotel?
もちろんダメです。
I had no intention of saying okay either, but she stopped her before I could.
ダメです。シルビー様が殿方の部屋に泊まり込むことを許せば、私の利き腕10本差し出しても足りぬ問題です。
ならレイナの部屋ねえ、レイナの部屋はどう？いいよ、おいでおいで。枕投げしよう。1個しかないけど。
I only have one. They're both the same sex, but Elson still had a sour look on her face. Is that a no-go from a security stance?
配置を大幅に転換せねばなりません。
That's okay, your security's not that good anyways, you'll be fine. Not like a hassle in her capacity as an Imperial Knight, so she merely rejected her initial proposal on the basis of being the opposite sex. It'd probably be difficult for her to say no this time. She looked extremely uncomfortable. Why don't you just stay there too? Sylvia, if you want to stay over, why don't you hold off and bring this up again some other time?
今日は行けないの？
Well, for one, the weather's not great. That's exactly why you should do it. You're gonna make the effort to make me happy if you stayed over on a sunny day and let me join in on the tea party you mentioned.
それもいいかも。
It's a crude justification, but she seemed to be on board with it. The conversation lapsed away from her staying over.
助かります。
Not at all. Elson was genuinely
と
relieved.
ころでゲロ、こちらの飲み物どうやって開けますの？
Are you struggling with it? See the marble in the middle. Push down as hard as you can.
ややこしいですわね。
Oh, Ayapo. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I'm sorry. I keep saying Ayapo lately. And my wife hates it. She's like, no, you're not supposed to speak that. I love it. It's my new favorite thing to say. You Northern Europeans are the ones who created
こ
it.
こを押すんですのね。
Ina-chan was fighting hard to open her Ramune. She put her strength in the marble on the lid.
ねえねえオーラ、
Hmm.
今度晴れの日も泊まりに来るとして、今日は今日で泊まっていけばいいんじゃないかしら。
Yeah. My argument would be too shoddy after all. They were gonna somehow end up with her staying over longer and throwing our security detail into total chaos. I had to at least curtail it down to a single visit. Wait a second, Sylvie. You should give up on today regardless.
どうして？
There are a lot of other reasons, but either way. Unless there's something absolutely essential reason you can't stay
どう
over.
してもの事情って？
Like for example,
例えば？
like if you were trapped in this dorm for some reason.
何事だ？
このラムネ、爆薬のスイッチか何かですの？
Yes, you just blew up the entire dorm. Except for this room, of course. Came from outside. What was that sound? Went outside. There was a loud commotion going on outside the foyer. Everyone was in such a panic that we hadn't received any information.
うるせえこら
Oh, you're still here?
起こすなっつってんだろ、寝てんだよこっちは。
Did it make the noise?
そういや、なんか建物が壊れたみたいな音だ
Oh
ったな。
no, the school's gone. Robert. South Carolina is gone. I obviously wouldn't make a noise like that.
それになんだ、水の音。でかい。水道管でもぶっ壊れたか？
I didn't notice that sound, but no, it's gotta be the
雨
rain.
の音じゃねえよ。今も聞こえる。
You have sharp ears. All I could hear was raindrops careening through the air.
オーラ、なんだった？
Well, let's go find out.
類で。
Some active
ラ
terrorism.
ムネとやらが悪いんですわよ。私はただ言われた通り蓋を開けただけで。
Ah, it's not the Ramune. Not sure what the situation is yet, but then...
みんな、誰かいない子がいないかすぐ確認して。
Was there actually an act of terrorism? Someone came barging in from
どうし
outside.
たんすか先輩。怖い顔して。質問は後。いいかいみんな。寮生で誰かいなくなってる子が。
Ooh.
Hmm?
The power went out. There's a blackout. The heater's all powered down with a thwomp. Stop circulating air. That was all, and yet... It was plenty to make all the rich young ladies go into a panic. The blackout on top of not knowing what that sound earlier caused the residents to shriek and gently cling to one another. We were the only ones staying calm, huh? Well, I guess we weren't. Elson was watching over the two princesses diligently, ready to kill a man if anything were to happen. Whatever the case, we had to get a handle on our situation. Senpai, did something happen? An upperclassman seemed to know what was going on, looked bewildered by the blackout, but calmed down when I spoke to her.
弁天さんのあたりで包みが決壊したとかで、この丘の下の方で土砂崩れが起きたみたいなの。
Oh, so South Carolina really is just gone. Sandbar, the lake nearby.
土砂崩れ。え、この量やばくない？
Geographically, the landslide will sink into the nearby lake before it reaches us, don't worry. Sediment should sink well in advance, in the sense our lives weren't in any danger at least. More importantly, did anyone get caught up in it?
わからない。でも今、下の方で道が崩
Oh,
落し
that's
てた。
not good, because Ayaka was down there.
下の方。この量の子しか使わない道ですね。
So if there are any victims, they'd be girls in the storm. As their upperclassmen, she was worried if everyone was present, but did not want to check up on them on my phone, but...
停電ですよね。それに土砂崩れなんて。なんなのもう。どうしましょう、どうすれば。
This is kind of like a big thing to just suddenly happen.
泣かないで。
Everyone was in a panic. Some girls had even begun to cry. It'd be a major effort just to calm everyone down at this point. Confirming everyone's safety would probably be utterly impossible. Calming everyone down was sounding impossible.
ではテロの可能性は低いのだな。ああ、シルビア様とカミナル様はご無事だ。私もいる。引き続き公安と連携を取れ。
Can we turn down some of that sound? Just because it's kind of hard to hear when they're talking when there's so many people in the background. I guess we could rely on one cool-headed person. I headed over to Elson, who was already on the phone. We're on the phone with a
事
subordinate.
態を伝えたところです。すでに警察も動いてくれている。本日お二方がこちらへ来ていることは極秘ですので、お二人を狙ったテロではないようです。
Such an unsettling subject, I was glad we didn't seem to be in any danger. Everyone's freaking out, so could you get the others to calm everyone down, Sylvie?
いいけれど、オーロが声をかけてあげればいいんじゃないかしら。
No, I couldn't. I saw that Sylvie didn't understand where I stood in the storm. This really put me on the spot. It was tough to talk about.
まあいいわ。みんなにお話を聞いてもらえばいいのね。
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people, but...
静粛に。
Mina-chan clapped her hands together. I was a bit surprised. And so was everyone else. The room fell silent as they turned towards us.
お姉様からお話がありますわ。お静かに。
After skillfully simmering them all
あ
down,
りがとう、みな。
Sylvie stepped forward.
スクランサー。シルビア様、お越しになってたんだ。みんな、なんだか外が騒がしいみたいだけど、エルが言うには危険はないんだそうよ。だから怖がらなくていいわ。ね。
Sylvie said all this with her usual sweet smile. Elle had meant there was no danger in a different sense, but that aside,
そう。クルスクラン様がそうおっしゃるなら、まあ。
it was more effective than I imagined. With Mina-chan's compelling display and Sylvie's calming speech, all the commotion that had spread throughout the dorm instantly settled. She was so cool. Was this fostered from her royal upbringing? Either way, Senpai. She re-explained the current situation to everyone. The residents were still panicking when we heard about the landslide, but it didn't cause another panic now that Sylvie's presence had given everyone emotional support. She made sure of who was currently in the dorm and got in touch with anyone who may have been absent or planning on coming by the dorm today. And as a result...
よし、綾香にも連絡ついた。
Okay, yeah, I was concerned about her just because I knew she had left.
少なくとも寮生で危険にあった子は一人もないよ。
Sighs of relief all around for the students who were near
先
shot.
輩、今下の人たちから連絡来ました。これ土砂崩れではないんだって。下では包みが破れて浸水被害は出てるけど、こっちは道が崩落しただけ。そうなの？
包みが破れたのも雨のせいではなく作業中の事故だそうだ。これ式の雨でそこまでの被害は出るまい。
Despite the fact that it was coming down for days on end, it was true. We got a pretty average amount of rainfall.
なんだ、もう先輩脅かさないでよ。びっくりしちゃいました。 悪い悪い。
Older residents who previously panicked and were trembling in fear had eventually laughed it off. Good, good. Didn't look like there's anything I could do. Better just quietly watch from the sidelines.
お姉様どうかされまして？まさかね。
Since it occurred on the first day of our 3-day weekend, it ended on a rather sour note. Rain stopped around the time the sun set. But
暗くなってきちゃった。
ただいま戻りました。
it's seriously cold out there. Elson and I came back to the dorm after taking a look
おかえ
outside.
り二人とも。どうだった？
ダメですね。道は使い物にならないし、迂回路もなさそうです。
Getting off this hill's not
閉
happening.
じ込められたか。
We'd been isolated from the outside world. The cave-in set by and mistaken for a landslide was still expansive enough to shock everyone. The road which connected the academy and dorm on the hill to the city was completely out of service. We were trapped.
電気の復旧も目処が立ってないって。参ったね。
Sure, we'll be back on tomorrow or the day after. It's already pretty late in the day. Several areas of the city were seemingly flooded, so they'd likely begin restoring power there and save us. Sorry, I like totally missed the last part of what they said. Save us for later. Couldn't you put your royal cheat powers to work, like sending out a helicopter or something?
ヘリコプターはこの状況で使うと本格的に土砂崩れを誘発しかねないという問題が。さらに言えば日本政府からこの件どうか大ごとにはしないでほしいと打診が来ているそうです。
So we won't help out a princess in trouble even in a natural disaster.
それでもシルビー様が望むならせめて皆様とお二人だけでも。
ねえねえ、ここから出られないんじゃ今日はお泊まりするしかないってことよね。
Oh, that's what you're concerned about. Okay. We had to cause a literal accident. We had to cause like this huge power destroying accident for her to be able to stay the night in our dorm. The plot is crazy. What can you do? Should I get a futon ready for you?
イエーイウェイ。
あんな感じです。
I understand perfectly. Causing a real landslide would be awful, so we'd have to give up and wait for the power to be restored. Luckily, in the modern world, we still had access to our cell phones and could get in touch with worried family members. There were likely girls who hadn't planned on leaving during this long weekend anyways. This meant everyone had been added to their ranks. However,
ちょい遠くなるね。
sure does. There were currently 102 people living in this dormitory. Based on the roll call I was taking earlier, there are 89 of us remaining. 7 guests like Sylvie present. Made 96 in total.
96人分のご飯か。
How's the convenience
今日は
store?
お休み。
ちょうど品入れの今日というのが運が悪い。
Convenience store and cafe that acted as the dorm's food depository and closed signs hung up. This is an emergency, so we could just help ourselves and go inside,
こ
but
このコンビニは食料品でなく文具や雑貨がメインです。あるのはせいぜいつまめるものくらいですね。
a decent amount of potato chips, chocolate, and so forth, but nothing that qualified as proper food.
同じく喫茶店の方も3連休の間閉めるから日持ちのしないものは全部引き上げちゃってる。
Cafe, which ordinarily had a pile of bread on display, pretty much only had coffee beans for the day. All such are soft drinks, huh? The convenience store had several soft drinks in
水道
stock.
管はつながったままだからありがたみは薄いな。まあカロリーベースでは頼りになるか。
I wouldn't say that soda should be seen as a good source of calories, but I mean, I'm not gonna say they don't have any in them, but it's not really like there's no like nutritional value. As she said, the water lines were running and we had soft drinks. There weren't many types of sweet, and it wasn't like there was none either. There's a heap of sugar in the cafe if we so desire, so there should be nothing. There should be no worry of the 100-ish people here starving. We simply didn't have any real
と
meals.
りあえず今日のところはコンビニにあるものを完全開放し全員に均一に配りましょう。
That's a good plan. Let's hope the road is fixed by tomorrow. It's more of a desperate survival situation. We can see that what food every individual had on hand to distribute even more uniformly, but there's no need to go that far. From a calorie perspective, starvation was a non-issue. Anyone who happened to have their own food was lucky. If not, their dinner plans would be a bit questionable for the day, that was all. Might go hungry for today, but that'd surely make for a funny story a few days later. There's no need to get serious. No need to get serious for today,
ご
anyways.
飯も大変だけどそれより問題は電気だよ。今日やたら寒くない？
そうでしょうか。
I mean, does the main school not have any food? I feel like they should. We're students. I don't expect them to have enough for like quite a few days, but they should have at least something. Doesn't really feel that way to us since we've been walking around, but I get it. The heat's out. It was November already, the season where the temperature had dropped sharply. Power had gone out around 10 a.m. and the heater stopped running since then. As the day went on, the temperature was starting to drop and become quite chilly out. Once night fell, it would definitely get colder. It wasn't just the heaters, all electrical appliances were out of commission. A single refrigerator could apparently raise the temperature a degree in a 106 square foot room, but I'd heard a big screen TV could produce nearly as much heat as a small space heater. All those minor heat sources were out of operation for the
本
night.
格的に冬ならみんな防寒着も出してたでしょうけど
Time to get some blankets.
今はまだ秋ですしカイロなんかもコンビニが起き出すのは11月後半から今は一番時期が悪いよ
Countermeasures for the
そこは
cold.
もう個人で心がけるほかありません。最悪布団をかぶっているだけでもいい。
Worst case scenario indeed. I hoped it wouldn't come to that.
寒いと気分下がるよね
Rain aside, sounding depressed, but that was the
こ
problem.
のテラスってこんなに寒かったんだ
Maybe this would be an opportunity for us to, get along with some of our dorm mates here. The floor, which was walled in by vending machines and exaggerated lighting, had been worn ever since I arrived. Having such an ordinarily comfortable place ceased to be came as a big mental strain. For someone like Reina to be this depressed, surely there was other girls in the dorm who felt substantially worse. That would make those girls feel even more uneasy now that they were largely isolated from the outside world.
問題が出てきたね明日にも早く復旧してくれるのを祈るよ
For sure. By tomorrow, huh? Who knows?
見て見て私らのことやってる
Doing a piece on us. She had been looking at her phone happily showed us. Looked like she'd been watching TV. They were covering the flood in the slower
他
city
の
and
奥に取り残された学生たちとは現在も連絡がつかない状態が続いています。
連絡つくよね
we do have cell
以上
phones.
現場からでした。とても心配ですね。さてここで実際に取り残されている学生と電話がつながっています。
もしもしもう本当に困っててあネゴチンの声
Oh god, so we are in contact. News was just plain disorganized lately. Well, that
で
aside,
すがよかった。シルビー様たちのことは秘匿できたようです。
the primary covering the flood in the city on TV. They mentioned students left behind in a dormitory, but didn't reveal that it was Noble Academy. What's more, they didn't even allude to Sylvie's involvement, of which was common knowledge she was attending this very
この
academy.
国の警察は優秀ですわね
I've heard cynical comments that the CIA is also surprisingly adept at smothering information that's damaging to themselves too. By me, so long as Sylvie wasn't affected by it. Which meant we could focus on our own safety and
こ
well-being.
のご時世電気止まっててもなんだかんだ暇つぶしくらい楽勝だよね
You can't charge anything, so watch out.
おっと
You already changed to a different news station, but shut it off.
最近の携帯電話ってテレビも見られるんだ
You didn't know? That reminds you, your cell phone
これ
is.
よ
She naturally had one, partially in the name of security, but she pulled out an old-fashioned flip phone.
またレアなの持ってるね
日本では主流だという日本の会社の携帯をわざわざ用意したのですが。
Nice gesture, but it's rare to see anyone using a flip phone nowadays. For better or worse, they had gone international, were occupying a foreign
でも
country.
いいな私このパカパカって折りたたみができる携帯が好きよ可愛くて
As long as you're happy, that's what's important. Basically, the only features you needed for security were phone, email, and GPS. Smartphones are honestly overkill anyways. I only ever use mine for phone calls and email too. Same goes for any TV functionality. I haven't used it once since upgrading to my current one.
画面がちっちゃいもんね
Yeah, exactly. I don't even watch much TV anymore, but if I was going to, I'd rather it be on a huge screen. I've had a TV set up in my room. Wish I could at least have one this
その
size.
分今みたいな電気がないと見れないけどね
Yeah, having the power out sucks. Well, that's for a day or two. It's not really. I have like so I primarily use it. It has like a built-in air compressor for like my tires in my car, so if they're ever running low, I can fill them up. I have that as an option, and the other thing it's like a big power bank. So like if the power ever went out, I would technically have that, and it has like a bunch of USBs that I can plug things into. But it's not really like, doesn't have like an actual like plug for like my computer or anything like that. Obviously it's not meant to be that powerful, but it's just like a nice, you know, easy portable one, so I could at least charge my phone. Not really. Well, actually, yeah, not really, because my phone charging port doesn't work. I either need to fix that or I need to just get a new phone, and I'm kind of leaning towards a new phone because my phone is quite a few years old already. I know the battery still works. Like I could still get for the day, but it's definitely not as good as it once was. So I would like to eventually get a new phone. But like I love the green. The green is so good. I love green. I'd have to get another green. That was when I realized it. Even if I didn't care about TV having no power meant my DVR wasn't also functional, which meant the live broadcast of Maria Bishop I had set to record at 7 p.m. tonight. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I apparently realized it. Damn it. Seriously, today of all days. Based on Sylvia and the others' faces, they didn't understand. Elson could use her royal sheet powers to get her hands on like a generator or something. Just one TV is enough in a recorder. And Biggie, I'd be even fine with the bike kind of generator you have to pedal in the worst case. What should I do? As I was busy freaking out. Bam. Oh, whoops. That was my neighbor telling us to shut up. Sorry. Went ahead and apologized. Oh yeah, delinquent. She lives in a totally separate world from a princess after all. Oh yeah, I'm glad you just casually have done that. Everyone. See, I can't do that. I have a hard time remembering someone's name after they just told me. Like I have to like be familiar with you enough to like know your name. It's not something I just like, oh you're such and such. Yeah, I'll remember that from now on. Nope. Don't work that way. Nobles were astounding. Even now I only recognize around 80% of my classmates. I don't think so. They're rude to us. I'm not gonna say he's the nicest back, but shut it. I remember everyone I'm close to. It just means I don't have people I'm friendly with. No. I like how his eyes are just a blur. I'll remember when I see him. Okay, sure. We'll go meet Ria. I didn't realize they didn't know each other. So we chatted about this and that. The sun began to set. Well, did we go to see her or not? Why the jump? Biggest issue with this survival lifestyle finally rears its head. Dinner time has come. So then, don't you think I'm amazing for having a cup noodle stockpile? All the supplies that could be in store split between the other residents, but we refrained from taking our share, as we had my stock of cup noodles to fall back on. Oh, it's gonna be cold though. Not happening. Wow, so this is all the food we have? If you want it, you'll have to compensate me somehow. Alright, Oro, thinking with our head, okay? We're like, how can we turn the situation around? We got a bunch of cute girls in the dorm. And they all want my noodle. Sorry, there's an S there on the end.
なんだ何が欲しいんだ
Dang,
お
we
金
should
か
get some money. I mean, we have that card, but we should have some more money on hand. That does sound
エ
sweet.
ル私が自由に使えるお金
側近なら日
3
本円
billion
で30億ほどでしょうか。
Alright, quick Google search. 3 billion yen to USD. That's almost $19 million.
緊急事態なら50億程度は可能ですわよ
You have more, so you have like $20 million you could just give me. Should I throw away that kind of cash willy-nilly? You're actually making me want to demand money now. Fortunately, waha, money's not even enough to wipe your butt with here. This is a kingdom of carnage where food and water is everything. Waha. Yes.
くしょ
Yes.
オールは急にどうしたのサバイバル映画とかに出てくるゲス役がやりたいんだよほら一人だけ銃持って調子こいて最後に殺されるぴったりな配役ですこと
Waha, now you want my food, don't you? Then what will you give me?
あこの腕時計なんてどうかしらほんの4億円の品なんだけど
That's not the point. I was terrified that as long as they weren't on the same wavelength as my game, the thought of possibly becoming rich would genuinely bring up the evil side of
シ
me.
ルビーちょっとおいで
These flies will not leave me alone. She mumbled something quietly into her
そ
ear.
んな風に言えばいいの
Oh no, oh no.
そう
What are you gonna make her say?
わ
It's
かった
part of the Japanese etiquette. I bet it's
もう一回
not.
最初から
Oh, what will you give me, princess?
なんて汚い男なの
Now we were talking. Say what you will. Right now, I am the one with the food.
悔しい
Her performance was a little overblown, but Sylvie's reaction hit all the right notes. It had my sleazy side raring to go. Let me see. Oh, won't you do something special for me then?
サービス何でもいいから悔しがって何をしろというの
Good question. First, I'll have you strip those troublesome clothes and provide some R-rated goodness.
を求めるようなら首を飛ばしますが。
I'll spare you from that today, but can't give you any food.
悔しい
While we were playing. Ah! She kicked me.
今ですわお姉様
She kicked me in the balls. Stop, it's too soon for the comeback scene. They ended up holding me
ま
down.
ったくいつまでもうだうだとオチがつかないでも楽しかったわねえみんなオーロといると楽しいでしょさっぱりわかりませんわ
Anyways, you got me pinned down by letting me go. It hurts. They released my
どうする
arms.
まだ遊ぶ
I'm good now. So about those cup noodles, we had 6 packages. I'd also bought some beef jerky for when I got sick of the taste. Raina had brought some random candy, so we had plenty of sweets. It shouldn't pose any problems for a
カ
single
ップ
meal.
麺はいいとしてこれお湯が必要なんですのよね
Yeah, we need hot water.
お
I
湯は
mean,
どういたしますの
I feel like we did it cold before, but it's not going to be as good. Yes, that was the issue. No open flames were allowed in the dorms, so all cooking apparatuses were electrical. It obviously went for all students as well as the cafe. Since we didn't have ready access to a heat source, we couldn't even make hot water. Hot water dispenser, even though it's insulated, the power has already been out for 8 hours. Tried opening up, but it wasn't steaming anymore, just a bit lukewarm. Worst comes to worst, we'll have to make do with this.
ぬるいスープなんてやだ
Well,
美味しいわよ
what are you
水で作
expecting?
ってもやだ気持ち悪い
Oh my gosh. Sounded like it bothered us Japanese who are accustomed to eating
で
it
きれ
hot.
ば温めたいですね。今
Temperature
夜は冷
gradually
える。
plummeted over the course of the night. It would surely be a cold evening without any heat. It was true, I wished we could reclaim some heat for our meal at least. How should we handle the hot water? Then, a mysterious beam of light shot from the toy and struck my pot in my hand.
すごいわキュロちゃん
I hate this stupid bird. This bird is trying to kill us. It's incredible, but don't aim something at someone's hand. My life could have been in danger if it missed, but
くえあらバッテリー残量 3% メモリ待機モードに入ります普通に喋るんだこの子
it's usual Guez. Its personality quirk with that it stopped functioning.
どう うしましょう。充電できないのに。
Never thought the last thing it did with its sci-fi tech would be to boil water.
は無駄にいたしませんわ。お湯が温かいうちにいただきましょう。
You know, I'm cool with this
カッ
plan.
プ麺は一人一つとして。6つあるから1つ余るわね。
We'll save that for tomorrow, or nah. I'll take that. It's okay,
も
right?
ちろんもともと気候のものだが
2つ食べるの？太るよ。
No, there's someone else. We gotta give it to Rhea. Put in the hot water, went outside. Knocked at the room next door. Do I have something I can knock with? I don't know if you guys heard that. No reply. She wasn't the type to ignore me. No sooner did I think that
う
way.
っせえな。だからいけないっつってんだろ。
Voice came from
道
inside.
が使えねえんだから仕方ないだろ。ああ、この情報は出すなよ。この学園にいるってネットとかでバレるから。とにかく今日は休む。以上だ。あとはそっちで話合わせとけ。知らねえよ。そっちでなんとかしろ。
I smell on the phone. She's yelling to boot. It might be best to give her a moment, but I'd already put the hot water in the ramen. I knocked one more time when I did.
客が来たからもう切るぞ。とにかく今日の出演はなしだ。
Ah, she's Maria Bishop.
なんだよ。
I don't know. Does Maria Bishop have red eyes? I mean, the contacts are a thing. That call, was that okay?
ああ、ちょうどいいわ。切る理由ができて。
I worried about my time. I guess it
なん
worked
か用
out.
か。
I'm sure you've heard about today's meal situation.
何もないからみんなにコンビニのもん配って。あとは各人で、だろ？
Right. And so, here, a present. I handed over the cup noodles. His eyes went wide.
いらねえよ。お前が食えば？
I've got my own helping, and everyone, enough for everyone I'm close to. This is the sixth share. If there's any sixth person I'm close to in the storm, it's you.
あ、そう。
Went into her room with her cup noodles in hand. Pretty shameless, but her honesty was one of her good points. I headed
お
back.
隣さんに？
Yeah.
なんだ、ついでにご挨拶し
Yeah,
た
what
かった
happened
の
to that?
に。
I thought we were going to do that. I just wanted to meet her earlier. I thought we were, like, about to go over.
どんな人なのかしら。
Like I said, she's a Yankee.
アメリカ人ですの？
Megoren. Doesn't Yankee refer to New Yorkers? I meant that she can be kind of a black sheep.
ソルティレージュにはキュロちゃんがいるけど、日本は機械人間を作ったの？
That wasn't what I was implying at all. Princess didn't seem familiar with euphemisms for low
いわ
lives.
ゆるニューギャングです。日本の文化で勉強したでしょ？
Gangsters?
不良、そっちの。あれよね、バス停の看板持って盗んだバイクで走りながら、待ってたぜこの時をよとか言いながら、夜の校舎の窓を割って歩くのよね。
You mixed up so much stuff, it sounds like it came straight out from the 80s. She's an ordinary girl with a small smoking habit.
なるほど。
I wouldn't say small, it feels like it's a pretty regular habit. Elson squinted her eyes a bit. There's a residual smell of cigarette smoke in this room, so she must have been
ユニーク
suspicious.
そうな方ね。
シルビー様、あまりご興味を持たれぬように。
She's not a bad person, okay? I introduced her poorly. Must have triggered Elson's internal security
だが
sensors.
不良というのは、
That scared me. Something smashed violently against the door. Everyone was stiff, wondering what was going on when the door opened on its own. And a bag of some sort was hurled inside. Spotted a hand for a moment. It was Rhea. Hey, Rhea. I had to stop her, but she just waved her hand like she didn't care and closed the door. All was left was the bag. It was several metallic items inside. Canned food.
コンビーフだ。うまそう。
There are 5 cans of corned beef, 5 of yakitori, and 5 of sweet corn, 15 in total.
と、
お礼でしょうか。
Now that I thought about it, she was the sort who'd hold up in her room. I bet she would have a stockpile
い
of
や
food.
ちゃん柄は悪いけど、結構筋を通すっていうか、かっこいい系の子だからね。
Not a huge fan of like corned beef. My wife likes it. I'm not. It's not the vibe. Like I'll eat like some spam, I guess. Spam's okay. Not my favorite either. Not really a big fan of like canned meat. I'll say that. Like the closest thing to canned meat that I'll eat is like chili. Like I'll eat some chili, but like I'll usually use a can of chili. I'll mix it with ground beef. I make like this kind of, I always called it firehouse tacos growing up. So it's like a layer of Doritos, and then you put rice, and then you put like the ground beef that's mixed with the chili, and then you put whatever toppings like sour cream, cheese, cilantro, and onion if I have it. So you just kind of like layer it. I guess I don't think most people maybe just call it nachos. I don't know, but it's not just strictly nachos. It uses Doritos. It's cooler, okay? You know her.
知らないよ。でもあっち目立つから。
That was for sure. All this for one bowl of cup noodles. Feels bad I couldn't do more. I think she realizes we have a bunch of people in here too. She wanted to make sure we all had enough. Guess I'll take it though. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
コンビーフ食べてみたかったの。
On a rare occasion, so we decided to accept. Her dinner turned out to be much better than a single bowl of noodles.
超絶ジャンクだけどね。
More or less, the only dietary fiber is the
いい
corn.
じゃない。とても美味しいわ。
味と内容に文句はありませんが、困ったものです。
たまのことです。これも経験ですわ。
Ah, it's fine. It's fine. We're good.
ごちそうさまでした。やっぱり気持ちが収まらない。お隣さんに会いに行ってくるわ。
姫様、しか
危なくないったら。ねえ、ほら。
Not in the violent sense, at least. She might yell, though.
行くわ。
Okay, sure. Let's do it. Sylvie left Elson behind and walked out of the room. Her guard looked a bit worried, but Sylvie would probably disapprove of her being so on guard for the very first time meeting someone. Guaranteed that Ria wasn't a bad person, so she decided to leave her be.
お姉様は誰とでも仲良くなってしまう達人ですからね。だね。
Yeah, she is.
嬉しい半分、困るの半分です。
If I had to say, Sylvie herself was friendly, but everyone around her thought she was out of place. Regardless, was it a result of her princess training? I did think her ability to make a favorable outcome of each and every encounter was one of her stronger attributes.
私も助けられましたわ。何でもございません。
I feel like so many of the characters like know each other. Like they all have like a lot of like background stories. They're all like kind of connected in some way. I don't know if that's like a like their family and they're connected in that way, like they're related, or like they just are friends. It seems like they've been coming to this location. Everyone's like pretty local to this area. Obviously they're from a different country, but it seems like they've came to this exact spot quite a few times.
ただいま。
So they came back before I had a chance to worry. Welcome back. You don't look too satisfied. For some reason, or for someone who was usually all smiles or journeys, was plain to see.
会ってもらえなかったわ。何を言ってもうるさいも
Oh my.
会う約束がない点ではこちらの落ち度ですが、
We didn't make an appointment.
にしてもいささか失礼な方
Just
です
ignore it.
ね
I。assure you she's not a bad person. That doesn't make her a great person either. Being rejected left Sylvie feeling depressed.
にしてもあの声どこかで。
Ah.
どうしました？
Or change the subject, but it's 7 o'clock. Everyone be quiet for the next 2 hours or so. Why do they always change the subject when things start getting good? I feel like this game is constantly like blue balling me.
は？
Like I wanna pursue that. Launch the TV app on my
あ
phone.
なたが選ぶ21世紀のアーティストトップ 10!
何？音楽番組？
Yeah.
視聴者にとったアンケートで人気のあるアーティストが生で出演するってやつだって。
It was the one being advertised this
日
morning.
本に来て数ヶ月なのでよく存じ上げないのですが、こうしたテレビのアンケートはいつと日本に100年住んでてもわからないから知らなくていいよ。
Okay, this would make sense if Ayaka, who owns a TV station, is familiar with Ria, but maybe something happened. If Ria is Maria Bishop, that's why she was talking about, you know, seeing her later. So I feel like this all kind of makes sense. It's like, yeah, she would be connected to her in that way. I'm gonna get if you lived in Japan for 100 years, so it's fine if you don't. It's a program where Maria Bishop was going to hold her live performance. Wasn't looking like I could record it, but I at least wanted to watch. This would also make sense why Ria started getting really close to us so fast. Oh, now that I think about it too. So Maria is Ria. Like it's in the name. I was trying to see if we could get the Soma part. Technically, if you took some of the letters of Maria Bishop, you could make Soma too, but not out of the... I don't know. I was wondering if it was kind of like a Tom Riddle type thing. Watching alone, so you guys can chat over there, go to Reina's room, whatever.
出て行けと？なんで？マリアビショップを見てるとそんな気持ち悪い顔でブヒブヒ言っちゃうの？
Nothing like that. Just make absolutely sure you don't look at my face during the performance. I didn't know what sort of face I'd make, but I bet it'd be nothing sort of strange or sort of face I'd never want girls in my class to see. So I fell to my bed and took my distance from the others, but...
マリアビショップ。オーラもマリアビショップが好きなの？
Ah, Sylvie popped up beside me. She was staring at my tiny screen on my smartphone. Sylvie-san, so
お
close.
姉様、殿方の部屋に上がり込むのはちょっと。こうしないとテレビ見られないじゃない。マリアビショップが出るんでしょ？
Sylvie got her usual cheerful smile
シ
back.
ルビーはマリアビショップ好きなんだ。
ああ、この件はオフレコでお願いします。
王族が芸能人に入れ込むとプロパガンダに利用されかねませんの。でもすごく好きなのは日本に来た理由の一つなのよ。
Some unexpected common
オーラ
ground.
も好きなんだ。
Well, yeah, I guess I don't hate her.
毎朝毎晩あの黒髪を見てちん爆裂してますって言えよ。
Makes your ding-a-ling explode is crazy thing to say. Shut up.
ちん？幻聴です。好きなんだ。
Okay.
趣味が合うわね。
Yeah. In one way or another, we ended up watching together. Then again, Maria Bishop was definitely the most highly valued brand in the Japanese musical industry today. They're probably dragging this out since it wouldn't go on for a while. It was a 2-hour program that started at 7, so it'd probably be around 8:15. I would watch the chat riddle program until then. Since it was a smartphone screen, Sylvia and I were the only ones focused
日
on it.
本の音楽は完全なアイドル産業なのね。
First to come out, which may have well been expected given the boys that gathered at the thrill. Were idols from a famous office. While it was presented in a dancing format, the choreography was simple. The camera stayed glued to the face of the lead singer who stood front and center. Yeah, I'm sure I've talked about this before, but I would love to go see Baby Metal. That'd be so good. Love to go see them. I wouldn't mind seeing Frederick. Let's see, who else do I have on here that... I feel like I've been listening to more K-pop recently than Japanese stuff. Who would I listen to that's Japanese? I'm gonna look and see what I got on here. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff I've been listening to is mostly, I don't know if Cold Rain counts, because I think they're Japanese. They did the opening for Fire Force. I like them. I don't know. I'm trying to think like people I would actually like go see, you know? Definitely Baby Metal, top of my Japanese list. All the music industry was 70% of its raising. I was decided by the faces of the ones singing. Next up was an idol group of just over 40 girls. After that came on an artist that recently made a movie debut. I wouldn't say this applied to them, but they were generally pretty low-level singers.
やっぱり先進国はどうしてもそうなるのかしら。
Is it not that way in Sortalish?
私たちは音楽は聴くものというより自分でやってみるものという感じか。その点は我々の方が特殊だとして、こうしたアイドル性重視の音楽はどうかと思いますわ。音楽が音楽である必要がありませんもの。かっこつけてれば歌が上手くなるなんて聞いたことありませんわ。
Gosh, why right in front of my face? I don't understand. I'm so glad flies have like a lifespan of like less than a week. I hope they all die. Were bothering me when I'm just trying to play visual novels. They just have to fly right in front of my face for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know of anybody who's good just because they look good. Like, the music has to be good too. Like, for baby metal, I not only like the music, like their singing, you know, and I like their dancing too, but like I like everything about it. Like, I think the bands that they get, because I know they use, I think, a few over the years. The bands are just awesome, like the guitar and everything. Just the music itself, even without them, is good. And then you add them with their dancing and just like the whole theme of it, it's just awesome. So I definitely think though, like having like a nice look to it is great too. Like, I like idols because they're stylish, I guess. But the music has to be the spotlight for me. It has to be good. Somewhat fastidious princess. I did think what she said was accurate though. Rather than calling something music, I wish they'd be more critical of the music itself. If you want to see handsome men, cute girls, or happy looking celebrities, you could just buy a photo album. It wasn't just music these days. People would butt in and act like they're experts doing movies, recordings, cooking, sports, fishing, and so on, just because they're idols. I'm definitely guilty of that. I've definitely watched Baby Monster. Why do I know so many baby metal, Baby Monster? I've definitely watched like Baby Monster just do things casually. It's just fun. It's fun seeing them outside of like a professional setting and just doing something like silly or mundane, everyday type things. I can't say I'm not guilty of doing that. It's fun seeing like people you know from one thing doing another. I did think it was strange to act like it was okay just because they were stylish. And when that thought came to mind,
私はこういうのも好きよ。私たちのやっていることとは違うというだけで否定するのは良くないわ、みな。
typically quickly acted like a big sister for usual mild
確
tone.
かに彼らは歌に音楽そのものに純粋とは言えない。でも彼らの時間を作ることには純粋よ。目いっぱい歌って踊って笑ってテレビのこちらに楽しい時間を提供したがってる。音楽の一番の価値はそこでしょ。
Creating a good time, huh? Yeah, I like that for idols. I like the idea of like really just trying to create like a fun environment, right? You're trying to get people excited. There's a little bit of escapism in that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, people want something to look forward to, and be excited about. Like, I feel bad when people like make fun of somebody for getting really excited about something that to them seems kind of dumb. Like, I've seen comments. Something I like to watch is I like to watch people like reacting to like a TV show or something. I think the most recent example I could think of was The Amazing Digital Circus. I was watching like people react to the episode. I like to see how other people just like kind of thought what they thought about it. And like I saw a comment like that was kind of calling them out for like, why are they getting so excited about this, like, and just saying it was kind of dumb. And I'm like, I feel bad that like people have that perspective, because it's like, shouldn't you find it cool that someone else finds something so cool? I don't know. I love when people get excited about something and are genuinely like passionate about it. I think that's something we should encourage more. Obviously there might be like a few exceptions of what they should get excited for, but you know, if it's something just entertaining, like a game or, you know, like a show, like those are things we should encourage people to like be passionate about. Like, you can be passionate about cars or video games or any kind of hobby, right? I think we should encourage people to find joy in life. Like, that's not something we should like make fun of people for. Like, if they get excited about it, great. We should encourage that. Like, not shut them down. And it's like, I have kids, so I know how important it is. Like, if they're excited about something, to push them to be more excited about it, rather than just like try to move on to the next big thing. Like, no, like, enjoy this while you can, because eventually, yeah, you're gonna move on to something else and get excited about that. So like, enjoy it while you can. It's sense you should put it that way. I didn't think showing off made everything okay, but it was a quality inherited moments made by music. Might be important then.
ごめんなさい。
These flies have not stopped. Like, I need to just kill them. I don't want to kill them, but I need to.
ミナの言うことも間違ってないったら。ほら、一緒に見ましょう。はい。
It wasn't certain enough to be a lecture, but more of a mild chiding, and Sylvia ended the discussion right then and there. Thank goodness I didn't say that I agreed. Still, what Sylvia just said was a fresh point of view. They were genuine in creating and living in the moment. Okay, like, I don't understand why they have to fly into my face. What? Like, I'm not the only thing in this room.
さあ続いてはいよいよ皆さんお待ちかねマリア・ビショップさんが登場します。
It's already 8:13. The headliner for the event would finally be making an appearance. With that, a massive 3-minute commercial break began. Happening. I'm really excited.
生放送で見るの初めてよ。
But is she actually there? Or is Maria Bishop Ayaka? That would be
あん
interesting
まり
too.
テレビ出ないもんね、マリア。
That should be a good thing. Military, or I don't know why. I have wondered if I have my brain stopped working. My brain's so broken. I was wondering if I have like a hard time reading words because I feel like I mix them up so often. But I read the last part of that. I was like, military? And I'm like, no, solitary performances increase their value for scarcity. There's a world where those who appeared on TV were like the victors. A world where if you use connections or whatever else to constantly be in camera in front of your viewers, sell your face, you'd win. Exactly why someone who rarely appeared on television, yet who fans eagerly awaited for, looks so radiant. Even a long commercial break didn't bother me.
さあ皆さんいよいよ今回のアンケートでも女性部門ぶっちぎり1位を飾ったアーティストマリア・ビショップさんの時間です。
They did a proper count of the surveys.
雑な判定。
ですが残念なことにマリア・ビショップさん今日は急な用事で出演できなくなってしまいました。
Okay. So I think it is Rhea. Because I was like, if she showed up, I would be like, oh, it was Ayaka. But I don't feel like it'd be Ayaka. That would be a plot twist, though. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Rhea. Rhea.
うわ
Hosts and idols all had a foolish back and forth going, that's too bad, and what can you do? Idols sure did have it rough. They had them downplaying the ineptness of TV stations like this, too. But for us viewers, our expressions are nothing but serious. Hey, Sylvia, can you use your royal cheat powers to crush this TV station?
いけません。
潰す潰さないはともかくねえエル私も久しぶりに腹が立ちそうよ。お姉様が怒ったシルビーが怒ることは珍しい。
They swindled us. Even if you were to assume the worst case scenario and it was beyond their control that she couldn't perform live, initially they said, here she comes, up until the commercial shortly ago.
視聴率低下に困る理由の一端が垣間見えたね。今頃局は抗議の嵐かな。
Absolutely, I want to storm in there and protest right now. Better put my smartphone to use as an actual phone
ちょっと待ってよオロ。
before I could. Oh? Must have been to fill time. They put on cobbled together footage of all Maria's. Okay, so the eyes are red. So that's absolutely her. It's gotta be. Okay, I wasn't making this connection before. Yeah, I think that's her. Gosh, go away! Oh, these flies. I'm like, what do I need to do? Why are they coming to me? Like, they're not even going to anything in particular. They're just going in my face. I'm like, do I have food on my face that I'm not aware of? Putting footage of her singing, of course.
やっぱりいい歌ね。すぐ機嫌直った。このお優しさからお姉様はソルティレージでは仏のシルビアと呼ばれてますのよ。
The Buddha Sylvia.
仏教あるの？
My anger hadn't completely subsided yet, but I guess I'll give up on making a protest call. It's a waste of electricity.
やっぱりこの歌だわ。国にいた頃にイギリスのショーだかなんだかで聞かされてすぐに恋に落ちちゃったもの。
Know how you
誰
feel.
かさんは髪しか見てないんじゃ。
Up in the middle of appreciating her.
Hey, hey.
I listened intently to the soothing song. I mean, yeah, I adored her appearance as much as could be, but this wasn't the only reason I was addicted to her. Sylvie seems
これ
satisfied.
だけでも満足だけれど、でもやっぱり生で聞きたかったわね。
Yeah,
こう
same.
いう映像ばかりだと顔がよく見えないのよね。どれもそっぽ向いてるのばかり。
Maybe Bishop looked down a lot during
顔を
performances.
出さないならブサイクなんじゃない？
No, she
近
isn't.
い近い。授賞式の映像では顔が出ているものもあるわ。すごく可愛いのよ。
日本人らしく童顔ですが、私も可愛らしいと思いました。
It was normal to plaster makeup on the less attractive celebrities in order to further sell themselves, but Marie Bishop went to great lengths to hide her face for whatever reason. I wonder why.
理由があるかは存じませんが、それもミステリアスでいい雰囲気作りにはなっておりますわね。そうね。
Turned my attention back to my phone screen. There may have been short on time as the editing was sloppy and repeated the same footage on loop again and again. As far as I was concerned, this was nice in its
彼
own
女は
right.
とにかく時間作りが本当にうまくて、そして一生懸命だわ。 この歌を聴いている一時、私たちも彼女の世界に、彼女の時間に引きずり込まれてしまう。彼女が自分の時間を心から大切に使っていると伝わってくるから。
I agreed. She worked for her dear life. Not just as singing, this was clear from the footage and from her inadvertent motions. You couldn't comprehend someone's power of concentration from their appearance alone, but it was something you could convey. That was something in which she was especially skilled at. I just got that feeling deep down in my heart.
彼女のゴールデンタイムは今なのね。
At some point, the room had gone quiet. This had to be one of those moments you describe as being lost in the music. It's too bad we didn't get to see her live. I was glad I watched this program today.
あら、ところで
What's up?
この声ってどこかで聞いたことないかしら。
I mean, I've heard the song tons of times.
そうじゃなくて、つい最近というか、ついさっき聞いたような。
Huh? Oh, crap. My smartphone gave a warning notification. 2 hours of watching TV wore down the battery and there's only 5% remaining. What a bummer. I guess that's all for today. Why did they cut it off every time it starts to, like, get good? I'm like, oh, we were about to figure it out. But I've already figured it out. It's Ria Soma. Our entire day was dedicated by this, or dictated by this blackout, huh?
ですね。
ちょっと目がしょぼしょぼする。
Yeah, say we take a little nap for the night, you know. Reconvene tomorrow. Hopefully they can figure out the power situation. Lights have been out the whole time, so focusing on the screen will wear your eyes out.
それに
You act... I do that every night. I just
ちょいと眠いでしょ。
stare at my screen. That's what I be doing, staring at screens all day. Terrible for you, but it is what it is. It wasn't quite 9 o'clock yet, but that was enough to make everyone drowsy. It's about time we called it for a
そう
day.
しましょう。寝床の用意なども必要です。
せっかくのお泊まりなんだからもっとおしゃべりしたい。
You can do that stuff before you go to sleep, but you can't do it in my room.
オールは一緒に寝ないの？
Let me flip that around and ask, would that actually be okay?
いいと思いますか？
I was directing that question to so go away! These stupid flies. Everyone dispersed from my room. Before they would apparently be sleeping at Reina's, it was spacious enough that I was letting a futon so it should work out. All I was left to sleep. I couldn't take a bath, so after a cursory wiped out of my body, ooh, it's freezing. I slept in my futon. It was naturally tough to fall and stay asleep. I wasn't sure if it was because it was only 9 o'clock or because it was freezing. It was because a tinge of Sylvie's bittersweet scent had permeated into the futon.
金色ラブリッチェ。
Ooh, we get 3 of the girls dancing. Well then, the first of our 3 days have passed. So we're not even done with the weekend. The drama continues. But I think I ended off here. I think this is a good spot to bid adieu. And so I guess lore-wise we figured out Rhea Bishop's gotta be Rhea. Because it makes sense. She couldn't show up. She was going to. Ayaka was gonna bring her there. It all makes sense. Like that part of the story is connected. It definitely makes me want to go back and like read, because Rhea like expressed like, oh, you're like a fan of Maria Bishop before. Like I really want to like revisit that conversation now that I have that perspective, because I did not pick up on that right away. I probably could have. I just didn't realize like, oh, they both have red eyes. Like I wasn't really like thinking about that up until now. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then just this whole thing really put it into perspective. So, but okay, I was definitely happy with this interaction. Like, and there's a little bit of drama too with like that I guess it wasn't a landslide, but there was a little bit of flooding and some kind of accident. It kind of like forced us to go into a different situation than we would normally in the school. So I like that. That was like a more fun scenario. But I think we'll just save it here. I think this is a good spot. And anyways, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Take care.